Better late than never, eh? Oh gosh, I just won in it would have been a load of garbage. I'm hoping that Glenn's going to hop up. I've just sent Glenn the link. Whether he picks it up. I'm doing it this time. I wasn't going to be this early. I was going to do it later, but this is the only time that Glenn is about. He's busy for the next couple of days, so I've kind of timed this for that. I'm not even prepared, so I don't know who's here right now and who was talking, because all these comments presumably were yesterday. So 10 hours. Oh, you're here, laugh at you, yeah. I was just speaking to Glenn a minute ago, so theoretically this should be pretty easy. I had a birthday yesterday to go out to, so and you can't always be a killjoy saying, "Oh, I don't want one." I really wanted to drink just coffee, would be my normal tipple, but kind of got to go along with these fucking shenanigans. Let me just go and see if Glenn has got my message. When did he just see it? Let me have a look. 12:18, and I answered him within a minute. So presumably he should be able to come. Let me one more look, and if not, I'll rock and roll without him. Right, so we'll just go on, and if he gets you, he gets you, and if he don't, he don't. So I want to go back to the start of this shenanigans with Penny and Katie and Trollop, okay? Because it is Penny, Katie, and Trollop. Trust me on that. So going back to the beginning, I did nothing to these fucking weirdos other than give them moderators of my chat, left the chat, and fucked off. I literally fucked off. It took all my content down and off I went. And then this roofie thing started. Now, I often ponder the roofie thing. The London happened 2 years ago, okay? Or thereabouts, 2.5 years ago. Trollop was very good friends with Yaxley, despite the bullshit he's telling you all now. They were friends. He wasn't only chatting to Yaxley in my chat, they had their own chat. So Trollop never voiced any concern that his friend, me, had supposedly been roofied. He never mentioned it to Yaxley. He never asked what it was about, and he never mentioned it to me. The fuck is that? Never mentioned it to me. So you have to ask yourself, if as a friend he really believes what he's saying, and that he never liked Yaxley, but put up with him for me, why didn't he at that point say, "Listen, your buddy's a rapist"? Because he didn't like him anyway, so he says. We were friends. Why wouldn't he? Because he didn't think that. So then we come back to the end. And you have to ask yourself, why did Trollop, apart from being a vindictive, scorned little bitch, out to try and cause unhappiness, because he's just like Katie, and here he is, my king. Hello.
Hello, my queen. How are you?
Glad we finally got to meet. We've been all week. Every time you're here, I'm not here, and then I'm here, you're not. It's like, oh my god. So
I got stuck with this fucking job. That's what's going on with me. It's just fucking. And then we're 8 hours apart, so it is hard when you're that far apart.
Work you just shown, that little and we call it a veranda. I don't know what you call it. You know, the piece outside that you would sit on. That is what?
Yeah.
Decking, is it? I call it a veranda.
Deck.
Yeah,
veranda.
We call it a veranda. Do you know that I'd have a fucking one of them outdoor heaters? Swear to God, I'd have a little rocking chair, and that would be where I would be all day. all day.
I like the one downstairs. It's nice and private. It's like fucking fenced in. It's upstairs. Yeah, it's nice too. But the downstairs one, that's nice.
Yeah, but you could do your private sunbathing on the bottom one, but then
Oh
when
yeah,
smoking, watching the world go by, that would be lovely. Sitting under the stars, nice. I'd fucking love that.
the only downfall with that one that's downstairs is if somebody comes out on the top, you can see straight down there.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
See, I prefer to, if I'm in a shed, when I've been in a flat, I'd prefer to be at the top than down the bottom and all people passing me and around me. I'd rather be the one overlooking everyone else.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Good vantage point to see who's coming. and if you need to go and get anything. So anyway, I was on about, I'm just pondering the situation with Trollop and the roofie, because it's going to become apparent why now. So when we were friends, Trollop never says anything. He was friends with Yaxley, but if he wasn't friends, all the more reason to ask why he didn't say 2.5 years ago, I think he roofied you. I think he's a rapist. Why he didn't say, I don't want nothing to do with you, Yaxley, you're a fucking rapist. Now, then we come back forward to right where we are now, and you have to ask yourself, why did they suddenly start up the roofie? And I've pondered this a lot because Trollop had 2.5 years. Well, while I was on holiday, Katie told her one of the biggest, fattest lies to date. She told Trollop and me, because she called me to tell me, that she had audio of Yaxley that Tiffany had recorded Yaxley telling her that him and Scotty were going to come to America, slip her a roofie, and rape her. Now, I had a few issues with that right from the offset, Glenn, because you know a date rape drug, Glenn, is because you want the person not to know you're going to rape them. Why would he have said to you, Tiffany, we're coming? So, Kate, you know what I mean? You can see how Katie mentions that, and then Trollop thinks, in London, she was ill. It was Yaxley. He's a roofier. Do you see how Katie was the catalyst, or do you think I'm seeing it wrong?
No. Well, that was what kicked the story off. You know what I mean? That was what kicked the story off. That's what made the story, what would you say, like, to some people, like possible, like, because it was like, whoa. Because I remember I went to Tiffany specifically and said, what the fuck is this? Like, what did you, is this, did they got a video of this or recording? She's like, no. I'm like, so this is definitely bullshit. There's no way that this is ever getting dropped. She's like, no. She's like, that ain't fucking true.
Yeah.
And then after we spoke about it on a live stream, that's when Scotty Karate come by, and like I said, he said the same thing. That's bullshit, man. I never heard any of this.
Well, even as a story, it doesn't hold, because if the very purpose of roofing someone is so that you have sex with them while they're in a state of unconsciousness and they are not aware that they are being fucked, basically, not split hairs. So I just want to share this a sec, because it becomes, and we're going to do this like a little presentation. So when
would be like, you know, when I see Trollop doing what he does, this would be like me taking Trollop's videos of scroll way down to like 6-8 months ago, where he's trying to get Penny Bunny's disability fraud, getting her disability fucking check removed from her. That'd be like me doing a video tomorrow saying, well, I'm not sticking up for Penny, but here's Trollop trying to get a poor, innocent woman's money taken from her child. Like, really, dude? Like, I'm sorry, but I got way better opportunities than that. And he's just over there white knighting for the rabbit. And I find it fucking hilarious.
Well, then he says, Trollop says, which is what sparked my thought chain on this, if ever you're around a group of people who are trying to pressure you into attacking someone for no reason, do not do it. Ask for evidence. First, show me what they did wrong. Show me the proof. Trollop, why aren't you asking Katie for the proof that she has an audio that actually was going to rape Tiffany? That's what started this whole thing off and made you go then looking for the illness in London, despite the fact that I've been ill like that several times. That's what set it off. Why aren't you asking her for the proof? What happened there, Trollop? Why?
Yeah, and for her to say that she heard the audio, anybody knows Katie. If she heard the audio, she has the audio. She would. That'd be like me telling you right now that I heard something, but I don't have a copy of it. Then I probably never heard it then, because I copy everything. Everybody knows that. They call me the screen record kid. Come on. I mean, if I don't have a copy of it, I'm not going to talk about it. It's that easy.
You're missing the point of, and if Katie wants to call me out on it, Trollop knew all along that I was recording everything with Katie, and he advised me to because of how she is. I haven't posted those recordings because I'm not like that. But if she opens the door or tells me to, now, she called me the day I got home and she told me, after feigning being worried about me and was actually blackmailing me, she told me, look, there's going to be an audio about to come out. I've heard it. It's Yaxley. I got it ages ago off Tiffany. Okay. So that sets the scene. Katie claims she has the proof. Now, none of us have seen it. So to make sure that Katie doesn't deny that she said that, look what I found, Glenn. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I know. So,
so you mean we don't have to take your word for it?
No, you do not have to take. I wouldn't ask you guys to take my word for it. I like to, when I come in on a subject, I like to properly be prepared for that subject. So this is the stream that caused a lot of fuss. This is me, Tiffany, Yaxley and Nixie. So to set the scene, we're all chatting and Tiffany, it's the first time I have publicly spoken to Tiffany. It's the first time I've spoken to her at all. But everybody is very interested in this stream because Tiffany's there. Now, when she was in my chat, I did initially think about kicking her out. My first thought was, right, boot her. But then I thought, hang on, I haven't actually got a beef with this woman anymore. Everything she's done, I've more than paid her back. And in fact, I would say it was overkill. It got too spiteful. I don't need to do anything with her. She's not doing anything to me. She hasn't done anything for me to a long time. I'll leave her there. Now, when I drop the link, I drop it for Nixie and Yaxley, but Tiffany asked for it. When she comes on panel, I have no reason to be horrible to her. Anybody who comes on my panel, even if I'm not their friend and they with enemies, I'll speak to them decent. I did with you, didn't I, Glenn? You and Jane. That's my way. I want to be into Tiffany. That's just how I operate. I don't want to give people screaming audios and look like an unreasonable twat. So, Tiffany has come up on my panel and we're just chit-chatting. We're chit-chatting about the scene. Katie decides to come and way later. So let's just prime it up to near Katie coming in. There we go. There's Katie. So we're going to go from here. Glenn, you got anything before we hit this audio?
Nope.
This is my audio. We can just let it swing. Here we go.
I do feel that. That's why I apologized. And I did. And I apologized. And she apologized back. And I said, I don't accept your apology. I don't want an apology. I just want you to move on. And that's how I feel. You know, I don't mention her really. I don't make videos about her. I don't go live about her. I don't bring her up. I try not to. Sometimes it's necessary, but most of the time, it's been a long while now since I've really responded back to her.
I haven't got a problem with someone. When Trollop used to make a video about James D, for example, if I was on a friendly moment with James D, I would say to Trollop, look, Trollop, I can't comment on that video because I got peace with him. And Trollop would say, no problem, don't worry. You know, I'd still throw, right, here comes Katie. Now I want everybody behaving, all right? No screaming and bawling over each other. It might not be Katie. I'm on actually.
Hey, I just want you to know that I didn't come in a sock in your chat.
No, I know.
It was chat.
Yeah, that was probably Dozer, not me. So,
No, it wasn't me. I was in the chat at the time.
Katie,
well, that's not me.
Tiffany's just admitting that she shouldn't have come up on Agent 19 and confronted your son and gone head to head with your son.
Well, he wasn't. I'll shut up.
About my son? What about my son?
Tiffany has just acknowledged that she should never have come in on Agent 19.
She should have never accused me of faking a stroke.
You've acknowledged that and all. Tiffany?
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. I got distracted by Teddy for a second there.
You should have never come in and accused me of faking a stroke.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't have, but I explained that the reasons why I felt it wasn't real, and that was because of your vast majority of energy after you announced you had this stroke that was life critical, right? That
Because you called my family and you blamed it on Tracy and Trollop, and they didn't call my family. You did it.
I didn't call your family.
No, you did.
I never
Tracy proved it. Tracy proved it live.
Okay.
Right here now. What I know of, I don't know about calls. I
didn't call Tracy. You know I didn't. No phone calls.
Listen, don't make it up. Look, I know there were texts. I don't know whether there really were phone calls. And if there were, it wasn't me. Tiffany never said to me, I phoned Katie's family. What she said was,
Thank you.
Katie's family off a burner.
You said the live stream, she says my sister blocked her.
Oh, no, yeah, your sister was blocked text. That's what I said.
Yeah, but my sister blocked her, you said.
Yes, and I said I couldn't understand if Tiffany had only sent a text, how Tiffany would know.
So why did you give my phone number, my family's phone number out there, Tiffany? Why did you do that?
Those, Katie, none of those, that phone number wasn't, it wasn't an active phone number for your mom. Those were docs of yours that Felix had. Yes, it is true. Tracy, that is
mother and my sister right now, and they'll answer the phone.
From that particular piece of information Felix sent me. Okay, I can pull that up and we can try it.
Oh my God.
Good. You'll get their voicemails. You will.
I don't know how you won't, but okay.
Look, my sister had the same number since 1996.
Katie, I didn't call your family. I didn't call your mom 180 times.
You did.
I never threatened them. I didn't.
Tracy didn't, and Trollop didn't.
Okay, Katie, then I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say.
I don't care what you say.
Okay.
I got to say though.
I don't think Tracy would lie to me about that. Sorry, she posted it live.
Look, Tiffany never said called. I want to clarify here. I never woke up to Tiffany saying I called. I woke up to Tiffany saying, I'm going to be straight. I'm not going to fucking lie for anyone. I texted Katie's mom, Katie's sister, going to text you. It's going to text. I don't know whether it was going to text or have texted Katie's brother. And then you later said, oh, Heather has blocked me, which made me wonder when Katie was saying my family had been called, if their family had been called, because the only way you would know if you were blocked is if you couldn't get through on a call.
No, and what it was, Tracy, too, at the time, that's right when CPS showed up. Okay, and Katie had been doing some pretty.
Well, you're blaming me for CPS when you're the one that called CPS on me. I never called on you. Yes, you did, Tiffany. Yes, you fucking did. You're accusing me of locking my son in a closet.
I said that in a cheeky. It was a cheeky comment I made in private to Trollop. I've never called
a kid.
Listen, I never called CPS. Sorry, Tracy.
You were going around saying that I'm locking my son in closets.
No, I did not go around and say that. I made it in an
offhand. Yeah, you did.
I can't talk with her.
Well, that's how you get things going. Is one person says something and the other person debunks it and says, no, you're lying. Look, why don't you two, look, when I have a problem, like when Trollop used to make a video with James, if I was on a friendly with James, I'd say, look, Trollop, I can't comment on that because I don't want to go back and forth with James. And Trollop would say, no worries. I tend to, if I haven't got, like, I can see why Yaxley's upset because he's seeing all these comments about him and Nixie's seeing comments. But you two, you're either going to keep going back and forth like this forever, or someone got to say, there's the line, fuck it. You're a cunt, and that's the end of it. And yeah, you're a cunt, and right.
Well, I mean, honestly, Tracy, I haven't. There's nothing for me to even comment on. I mean, Glenn did a couple streams about Katie. I was in there for maybe a minute or two.
Yeah, you were gaslighting him. You were.
Was you blowing smoke up Glenn's ass in Katie's direction?
No, I've never spoken. I don't speak to Glenn privately. I didn't.
He's a moderator in your fucking room, Tiffany. You're in his live stream talking about me like a dog every time he does a live stream.
Well, no, that's not true.
That is true, Tiffany. That is true.
Katie, listen, you have a habit of proclaiming things very loudly and acting as if they're facts, but then I very seldomly see you present these things. Come on now. And so here's the thing.
Come on now.
I never called CPS.
You're saying shit about Tracy. You're saying shit about Trollop. You did that for fucking months.
History now, isn't it? It's fucking
for
me, it's history. I can't be asked.
It is for me too, Tracy, which is why I don't.
I'm back in a minute. All right, I've got to deal with something. My sister, I'll get back in a sec, though. All right.
Thank you, too.
Listen, I have no problem never mentioning her again. I don't mention her very often now. I can't say that I never do, but I very seldomly do. I don't make videos about Katie. I don't go live about Katie. I don't give people information about Katie.
Glenn's ass, he's provocative.
But I'm not the one providing Glenn with any information, blowing smoke his way. That's not that whole thing has very little, if anything, to do with it.
Why are you doing the AI cloning thing with me, using my voice, making me say things I didn't say?
I've never cloned your voice, Katie.
But
I knew. You're
a surrogate designer account. That was you.
That was not me. That was a clone account of my channel before it became that account.
They knew. They proved it with you.
Listen, no, Tracy, that was a clone account of my Tiff All Day channel that I had posted on my community wall 3 months ago.
So far, you can see I'm not on either side. I'm trying to be a peacemaker between them both. But where this stream went wrong is, Katie probably expected me to lie for her and Trollop, but I wasn't going to do that. But so far, I can't get it right on the nail, but it's relevant to how it comes out now about this rape thing. You all right, Glenn?
Oh, yeah.
And Katie, actually, if you look at the transcripts, Tiffany wasn't part of Glenn's situation for about 3 or 4 months after Penny. The transcripts show that Tiffany only comes in nearly towards the end, towards nearly where these guys break up.
And there was no AI. Well, that's another thing.
Well, she accused you of one particular AI where she was slagging off Forrest. And the fact that I have that same audio of her slagging off Forrest from way back. It was not AI. I don't think any of it was AI. And in fact,
no,
it became out that the one that was in the biggest dispute was her saying that Frank would only have sex with her when she was drunk, when he was drunk. That was actually a voicemail to Penny, wasn't it?
It was a recorded phone call between her and Penny, yeah.
Yeah, so the only thing you did was lied about the source. You didn't lie about the content, the source.
Yeah.
And because of that.
Well, to be fair, even the voice note that you remember, you recognized the voice note. You're like, where did you get that, Glenn? I still never even told you where I got that. I said, well, I can't tell you everything. I still haven't told you where I got that. But you know that I got that, and you know that that was Katie's voice note that you sent to Katie. You and Katie were talking.
Yeah.
But
to me, the fact that it's out there, I don't need to know how it got out there, because I know, because it was a conversation between 2 people, me and Katie. I didn't give it to you. It didn't take.
No.
I don't need to get into a to and fro in of yes, you did, no, you don't. I don't care where you
got it. I would tell you where. I got it. I would tell you.
I know. Here's what I do know: the fact that you had it had to come from Katie. That the rest doesn't matter to me. It just I know.
I specifically didn't get it from Katie because I've never had an interaction with her. But I'll tell you privately where I got it from. I have no problem with that. I don't think the person would either. To be honest with you,
she was the original source, because if there was only me and Katie in the room, it can only be me or her, and it weren't me. So
bingo. And I'm telling you that it's secondhand, but it could actually be third hand or fourth hand by this point. I really don't know, but I know where I got it from.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So we should now start to be getting into the roofie.
You're making me say things about Agent 19. You're making me say things about Tracy that I never said.
Hey, those were voice clips.
I have a truce with Tracy, and I've kept that truce. I've never said anything bad about Tracy ever.
That's AI, the conversations about. Oh fuck! What did I do? And now he's frozen. Hang on.
You're here.
Don't be in the chat.
Oh God. I'm
actually want you while you're here. Go on, actually what you want.
I just wanted to confirm that, I mean, it seems ridiculous speaking about this now, but at no point was me, Scotty and you ever going to be together, because I was
right. Like your past, I got to come to you. It out. And then we continue to be friends because we worked it out. Trollop didn't want to. I'm too soon again. Here we go. I'm not gonna fucking lie for anyone. I texted Katie's mom, Katie's sister. Gonna text you. It's gonna text. I don't know whether it was gonna text or have texted Katie's brother. And then you later said, "Oh, Heather has blocked me, which made me wonder when Katie was saying my family had been called, if their family had been called, because you would know if you were blocked is if you couldn't get through on a call.
No, and what it was, Tracy, too, at the time, that's right when CPS showed up. Okay, and Katie had been doing some pretty
But you're blaming me for CPS when you're the one that called CPS on me. I never called on you. But you fucking did. You're accusing me of locking my son in a closet.
I said that in a cheeky, there was a cheeky comment I made in private. I've never called, listen, I never called CPS. Sorry, Tracy.
You were going around saying that I'm locking my son in closets.
No, I did not go around and say that. I made it in an offhand.
Yeah, you did.
You can't talk with her.
Well, that's how you get things going. Is one person says something and the other person functions as no you're lying. Look, why don't you two, look, when I have a problem, like when Trollop used to make a video with James, if I was on a friendly with James, I'd say, look, Trollop, I can't comment on that because I don't want to go back and forth with James. And Trollop, no worries. I tend to, if I haven't got, like, I can see why Yaxley's upset because he's seeing all these comments about him and Nixie's seeing comments. But you two, you're either going to keep going back and forth like this, whatever, or someone got to say, there's the line, fuck it. You're a cunt and that's the end of it, and let you're a cunt, and right.
Well, I mean, honestly, Tracy, I haven't. There's nothing for me to even comment on. I mean, Glenn did a couple streams about Katie. I was in there for maybe a minute or two.
You were gaslighting him. You were gaslighting him. You were.
Was you blowing smoke up Glenn's ass in Katie's direction?
No, I've never spoken. I don't speak to Glenn privately. I didn't.
He's a moderator in your fucking room, Tiffany. You're in the live stream talking about me like a dog every time he does a live stream.
Well, no, that's not true.
No, that is true, Tiffany. That is true.
Katie, listen, you have a habit of proclaiming things very loudly and acting as if they're fact, but then I very seldomly see you present these things.
Come on now.
And so here's the thing.
Come on now.
Number one, I never called CPS. Number one,
you're saying shit about Tracy. You're saying shit about Trollop. You did that for fucking months.
Wow.
Yep.
For me, it's history. I can't be asked.
It is for me too, Tracy, which is why I don't.
I've got to deal with all right?
Thank you, sir.
Listen, I have no problem never mentioning her again. I don't mention her very often now. I can't say that I never do, but I very seldomly do. I don't make videos about Katie. I don't go live about Katie. I don't give people information about Katie.
Glenn's ass. He's provocative.
But I'm not the one providing Glenn with any information, going to smoke his way. That's not that whole thing has very little, if anything, to do with it.
Why are you doing the AI cloning thing with me, using my voice, making me say things that I didn't say?
I've never cloned your voice, Katie. I knew.
You're an interior designer account. That was you.
That was not me. That was a clone account of my channel before it became that account.
It's the same mail. They proved it with you.
Listen, no, Tracy, that was a clone account of my Tip All Day channel that I had posted on my community wall 3 months ago.
You're making me say things about Agent 19. You're making me say things about Tracy that I never said.
Those were voice clips.
I have a truce with Tracy, and I've kept that truce. I've never said anything bad about Tracy ever.
The conversations about Agent 19.
Those were voice. Katie,
Right, we got a problem, Glenn. My speed, but not coming in. Look.
Oh yeah, it's so fucking fast. It's fast.
I'm only trying to get us back to where we were, which we're now back, but now my speed button won't work. So I'm going to remember this time in 3 minutes, 3 hours, 17 minutes. I'm going to have to refresh the page so to get me back. So you can got anything to say on that, Glenn? You can entertain when I reline this up.
Yeah, the interior design fucking channel, TT6, that wasn't Tiffany. I don't know who that was, but I know Tiffany. I offered her many times if she wanted to make a TT6 account or use the logos that nobody's going to copyright, she was welcome to. She wouldn't have had to did it behind my back. She would if she would have been in a TT6 account, it would have had the logos. You know what I mean? That's a fact.
It was 3 hours, 17 minutes was the time scale we wanted.
Yeah, I wrote it down. 3 hours, 17 minutes. But yeah, if Tiffany wanted at that point a TT6 fucking account, she would have had it. She would have used the logos. She wouldn't have made it. And one, the account never did anything. So why would I don't understand that video of Trollop's, but I don't understand a lot of Trollop's videos, especially more and more that I watch. Yeah, I don't get it. And it was actually a fucking account that was a TIFF clone account. So who would likely have a fucking TIFF clone account? I don't know. A guy who's still using her name today. Trollop.
It does seem that Trollop is a lot of places with a lot of soccer counties trying to frame Boohoo now. More recently, what he's doing is, in his videos, he's using a specific donkey that Boohoo was known to use in soccer counts he was trolling me on. Trollop, because you're now accusing him of being whoever he is not what he's trying to do is sow doubt and make it look like it may be Boohoo because of the donkey imagery. I've caught on that. That's exactly what he's doing. He's hoping that people will think, oh, hang on, it might be Boohoo. Because look, there's that donkey that Boohoo was using in the troll accounts he was double trolling with. Nice try, Trollop, but no. For all you know, I'm in communication with Boohoo. You don't know. You don't know what.
I've got an abundance of information over the last year too. Who knows? How does Trollop know that? But either way, even if he tries some shit like that, I don't care. I'm still going with Joel.
Well, that's what the donkey thing is. I caught on to it, and I'm sure Boohoo caught on to it, and I'm sure other people have. Now, yeah, there are people who may think, oh, I wonder if it's Boohoo because of the donkey. I ain't one of them fuckers. So we're now bang on where we need to be.
Making me say
Well, even Boohoo has a voice. If he was back, he would be on his channel.
Those were voice clips.
I have a truce with Tracy, and I've kept that truce.
What was that, Glenn? I just heard you.
Yeah, like Boohoo has a voice and a very clear voice. So if he was back, he would be on his channel. He wouldn't be fucking hiding in a sock account.
And Boohoo knows, trust me, that there's no issue with me right now.
Yeah.
So nice try. But I know those tricks, and I've gotten to know you, Trollop. I might not know you as a real life person, like I know Glenn, and I know what work he does because he shows me, and I know all other things because we share with each other. I might not know you that way, Trollop, but I know you are on your social media. I know your ways on attacking and all the other bullshit that you come out with. So let's hit this. Here it comes.
That truce. I've never said anything bad about Tracy ever.
The conversations about Agent 19.
Those were voice. Katie, I not even being involved when I heard those voice notes. I knew those were voice notes that you sent to Penny.
Nope.
Tiffany, you can hear it's like a robot.
Tracy, hand to God on everything good in this earth. Those were not.
I'm not
Katie.
friends with Penny. I just want you to know I'm not friends.
I'll tell you now, I was still throwing Katie a lifeline at this point. I'm not going to attack her, but I'm still feeling a little bit sorry for her. I just don't want nothing to do with her, but I am starting to see things she's doing with Trollop, egging him on conversations is coming. But Katie had to take it that fucking far.
Friends with Penny. I've not communicated with Penny over a year.
Nobody's even asked you if you have.
Saying that I'm friends with Penny. I'm not friends with Penny.
Nobody said that.
Now, here's a funny thing, Glenn. Did you say she was friends with Penny? Because I didn't. Nobody did. Look how she says that in this stream, because they were in fact friends. We now know. Why?
Yeah, but nobody was saying that at this point, because at this point, Penny was still in TT4.
But the fact that Katie in the middle of this says, everybody says I'm speaking to Penny and I'm not. None of us were saying that. That's called leaking. When the FBI are watching people's behavior in, interrogations, that's one of the things is called leakage. She's accidentally now leaking out information and her culpability, because nobody in this fucking whole of this stream is mentioning fucking Penny. Glenn
said that on his community tab that I was friends with Penny. I'm not friends with Penny.
I'm not Glenn.
Well, I've never been back. I've never been back with Tiffany, and I've never spoke to Glenn in my life. So maybe you should have equated those fucking rules then, Katie.
Right.
Well, come on, yeah. So you've been talking about me like when I became friends with Tracy. You were going around and talking to Trollop about me, saying, "Yeah, you hated my."
Right. So Trollop was clearly shit-stirring like a little bitch behind the scenes. Okay. Fact of it is, and I'm not going to lie for anybody at all in this. The fact of it is we were all shit-talking Katie. Nobody ever said, Trollop never said, hey, don't speak to Katie. I'd like Katie about that. Trollop partook in the conversations. Trollop added to the conversations. Trollop agreed with everything we said, and there was no issue. The issue is, why did Trollop only tell Katie when it all went tits up with him and Yaxley? Because he's now doing what Katie does, because he's a fucking bitch like Katie, because you're a little fucking bitch, Trollop. If you really cared about Katie, you'd have told her at the time what Yaxley was saying. Yaxley wasn't even saying as bad as me and you. It was me and you really fucking hitting it. Me and you. that were saying the real shit
Well,
stuff.
you and Trollop both knew where Yaxley stood with Katie from the get-go. He was not. Yaxley was never warming up to her, ever.
He actually didn't hate her or anything. He just didn't trust her, and he didn't want to be around. So, here we go. I don't want from anybody in the chat as we go through this. I don't want anybody slagging out Nixie or Yaxley. No, nothing on Nixley and Yaxley. That's not what this is about. So let's keep it, because this does get a bit hair-raising now in a minute.
My guts. I don't know what you're saying about me behind my back.
One thing that I've said to
No,
Tracy and Trollop.
I know what you were saying. All things about me behind my back.
No,
I didn't know that.
Listen,
I didn't know that at the time. But now I know.
Fucking speaks over me.
Now I know.
Listen to me.
Katie, let him answer saying.
I
Go on.
haven't said anything about you that's not been said by Tracy and Trollop. You've been lied to, but you're too fucking stupid to realise it. And can I ask you another thing while you're here? Friday, April the 5th, you messaged me and said, "Are you talking to Tiffany again? I wanted to come to ask and you and ask you before I assumed.
Yep.
I hope you're doing well. I'm not ever going to have a go with you again. I wish you the best. I hope you know that. Thank
you blocked me.
So kind to
you blocked me with that because I was nice to you. You blocked me, and you went out behind my back, and you were talking about.
Am I going to finish? Am I going to finish? Sorry, I do speech to text. Sometimes it doesn't come out right. I'm going to leave the internet. I think it's time for me to go. I wish you the best. Katie, that was sent to me on April the 5th. When did you go on holiday, Tracy?
29th of March till the 5th of April.
Well, you'd already made your mind up.
Deleted everybody in the chat and everything else, and
that's not true.
and you disappeared.
That's not true. That's not true.
I felt
That's the truth. Yeah.
I said how I felt on that. I felt it was a I'm all right chat.
I mean, I have the chat.
Yeah.
I have all the chats. It's not a good problem. But I'm just saying, I just don't appreciate. If you had a thing, you had a beef with me, you should tell. You should. I'm sorry, I have aphasia right now. You should have come to me and aired whatever to me instead of talking about me behind my back.
Katie, I'm going to say this. I have never heard he actually say he hates you for it. Never. And if it had happened in the conversation I've been, I would have missed it, but I doubt it very much.
Correct.
It's never been said. If it's been said,
you've got a lame duck who's jealous of my friendship with Tracy, who decided to fucking use you to try and remove me.
I don't think Trollop is I don't know. I think that Trollop and Tracy have 5 years together. I think they should work themselves out. I think that if they talk, they'd be okay with each other.
But there was you in his ear telling him that he actually was a proven rapist and that he actually had history of talking about giving women drugs. You knew that I was in that hotel, Katie. You knew when you were saying that you were fueling that fire. Now, that's the first thing. But to attack Yaxley on that, you're also attacking me. The victim has the right to anonymity, let's say. So let's pretend I'm a victim. How dare you take my anonymity? How dare you air my shit all around YouTube? Just saying. This is coming in now. The rape thing will come in.
I know that for a fact.
Listen.
Trollop has never said anything. Trollop has never said anything bad about Tracy to me ever.
Listen, that's not what I'm hearing, Lark.
As Trollop's been posting publicly.
Correct.
I told Tracy to fuck off. That's fine. Because I was wanting to be fucked off anyway. But Trollop is saying that publicly that he fucked me off. So carry on. I just didn't stick around.
When I talk to Trollop, and that's very rarely, he never says anything bad about you at all.
Did you catch that? He never says anything.
Ever. Sometimes I put links up and
is she now? Is she? We'll have to call him he. We'll have to just make it one word or do we call him she?
See, when Trollop gets up in the morning, he flips a coin. Yeah. Heads he gives some, tails he gets some.
or heads, he wears his tackle to the front as normal in a pair of boxers, or B, he tucks it up and wears it forward. There's a thought, people, isn't there? Not a very nice one either.
And I send him the links, but that is intense. I mean, like when he does the video, I come around and comment, but we don't talk that
immediately.
We don't.
Yeah, well, tell you what, Katie, GGW isn't Jewish, she's a Nazi. You got it wrong.
Hang on. Here's the thing, though, Katie. When me and Yaxley, I felt that Yaxley was a fly-by-night. I felt he was a bit I'm all right, Jack, and that he was selfish, that he didn't just touch base here and there. When I said that to Yaxley didn't say, do you know what, you can go fuck yourself, you criticised me, or you're friends with Trollop, fuck you, you can't. Yaxley said, hey, I'm sorry you think like that. And I said, well, I do because, and we talked it out. And then we continued to be friends because we worked it out. Trollop didn't want to work anything out. Trollop has been running around boasting about, I dumped Tracy. Well, I look at it like this. You lost me and I lost time. That's it. That's how I see the situation. You lost me and I lost time.
Well, I just want you to know that he's never said anything bad about you to me at all.
We had nothing. Listen, she nearly said to us, did you hear that? And she fucking stops herself. She's on about her and Penny. She nearly said to us, let me take it back to just that. Fucking hate it with me, but he fucked me off, so carry on. I just didn't stick around.
When I talk to Trollop, and that's very rarely, he never says anything bad about you at all, ever. Sometimes I put links up and I send him the links, but that is intense. I mean, like when he does the video, I come around and comment, but we don't talk that
immediately.
We don't.
Yeah, well, tell you what, Katie, GGW isn't Jewish, she's a Nazi. You got it wrong.
Hang on. Here's the thing, though, Katie. When me and Yaxley, I felt that Yaxley was a fly-by-night. I felt he was a bit I'm all right, Jack, and that he was selfish, that he didn't just touch base here and there. When I said that to Yaxley didn't say, do you know what, you can go fuck yourself, you criticised me, or you're friends with Trollop, fuck you, you can't. Yaxley said, hey, I'm sorry you think like that. And I said, well, I do because, and we talked it out. And then we continued to be friends because we worked it out. Trollop didn't want to work anything out. Trollop has been running around boasting about, I dumped Tracy. Well, I look at it like this. You lost me and I lost time. That's it. That's how I see the situation. You lost me and I lost time.
Well, I just want you to know that he's never said anything bad about you to me at all.
He had nothing. Listen, he went to say to us, she went to say to us, and she caught herself to us. Fucking still shocked at being accused of working with Glenn, the things I've been accused of. Same. There was no need. I have been loyal as fuck. And
you know what, Glenn is doing this thing where he goes around. He says I did a live stream with him. I never did a live stream with him. I never communicated with him. He's going online saying I'm
Katie,
talking shit about you to him.
Katie, we've known for months what Glenn was trying to do. Some of us boxed clever and ignored him.
But what happened was, because me and Yaxley both said in a live
stream. But Tiffany was in on that. Tiffany, you were in on that. You knew what Glenn was doing. You knew
I'm not involved.
Tiffany
you were in the fucking live stream when he was talking about doing a live with me, Tiffany.
Tiffany is in on everything that goes on in every pocket that we know on YouTube. I just want to know when she's going to leave my friend Amber alone and fucking call out cunt granny. That's what I want to know of Tiffany. Anyway,
okay. I don't know what they had. I mean, I'm like talking about detour.
What are you talking about? Granny? Granny's watching?
Detour.
Yeah, get that cunt called out.
Here's the thing, though.
I've never had a conversation with her who's watching, so.
No, I don't mean you. I just threw that in for Tiffany because you said that she's behind everything. I just thought I'd throw in what she is behind.
Listen.
Listen, hang on. The reason why she's not speaking about
Katie pulled a good swing forward and dragged Tiffany back in, didn't she? And that was a fucking hell of a swerve. To drag Tiffany back in, right? I need turning you. It's all on top as fuck. How do I drag Tiffany back in? Boom, there you go. It's fucking outrageous, man, that we're allowing this shit. This has been going on for years with Katie. You can hear she's bullshit. And just then she said, he's never said anything bad to me. Fuck off.
about any of us at the moment. It's because she's got fucking Sarah and Angela and fucking Amber and Granny and all of them over there. Fucking. So we're having a bit of a breather at the moment because Tiff's not fucking closer to someone else.
Well,
okay.
I just want to know when her morality is going to match her voice on this panel, and she's going to leave Amber the fuck alone and fucking call out Granny because Granny's a cunt. And I know you know she's a cunt.
I'm not sure why you'd have a beef with that, Amber. She's all right.
Absolutely. Well, I have my own personal reasons, but that has nothing to do with any of this. I'm not trying to bring Amber up in this, but I mean,
I was just making
okay, point taken. I've point taken. I see, you know, okay, I heard you loud and clear. I'm just not trying to get into all that over here. Good. But Katie,
just when a friendship comes to who dumped who, I don't even think in them things. But hey ho, go on. I was just answering the last comment on the screen.
Oh, do you want to speak about Tony? While you both here, by the way, Tony left YouTube in February 2022, which is around the time, let me finish, which is around the time that you emailed me, Tiffany. He shot through, okay? Tony left. He still kept in touch with me on the lowdown. Now and then I get a message.
He just gets to the rate.
I accused him in February of last year of being the ghost of Anybody OnlyFans account. Anybody OnlyFans account. And he fell out. We fell out big time. And I said, I blocked him and I told him, fuck off. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't around every day, but he would send me a message. Hey, how's it going? All right, look at the YouTube. Right? And I fucking accused that man in February of 2023 of being the ghost of the Anybody OnlyFans account. Right? And you lot are running around saying that me and him are working together. Right? I haven't spoken to Tony until he came up to me. His message popped up in January saying, yeah, what's going on? I got a text off a guy I know called Glenn with your name in it. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, you posted. And I told him all about it. He didn't have a fucking clue. Yes, he sent me a tongue-in-cheek voice clip to wind me up. But that was him having a dig at me for accusing him of being Anybody OnlyFans, knowing full well now where I stood a year later. He wasn't. So shut out both of you. We were running around putting comments. Tony's definitely working with fucking Ashley. Hey, Ashley's working with Glenn.
I don't know who Tony was working with. I don't really care. I just know I would bet my life on it that he was Ghost of Meth. I know.
If you saw the Ghost of Meth emails, it would prove it's not Tony.
Well, I don't have emails with Ghost of Meth. I don't have.
Change the subject on the Ghost of Meth because listen.
That's old. It's stale now. It's in the past.
No,
most of the stuff is just in the past. It's just in the past.
Basically, these two people are still I'm
not saying that anywhere.
I'm saying that we're going around saying that people are working with Tony and stuff like that.
Look, I'm only responsible for what I say.
I'm not talking about you. I'm making a statement.
Hang on a minute. Listen. Last thing. Hang on, Trace. Last thing. The last time I heard from Tony, right?
I don't know.
And I'm not going to fucking play it all. Was April the 16th. While you're both here on your morality horses, the last time I heard from Tony was on April the 16th. I got an 11-minute fucking voice clip saying he was thinking of fucking ending his life. All right, people? So can we drop that, yeah? Because, we've never mentioned it. We're still going around in fucking comments saying I'm working with Tony, Tony's working with Glenn, therefore we're all working together.
Show me a comment where I've said that, or I'm going to ride my morality horse to your front lawn and let it take a big poop. Show me where I've said that. Show me.
Good to hear bringing fucking Tiffany.
Pardon me?
I've been around for a few weeks. I'll dig it out for you.
Yeah, please do, because I can't think of any comments in the recent past where I'm running around even saying your name. I try and avoid the topic, honestly.
Why are you going around and accused doing the internet clout goblin?
That's not me.
You know who it is, though.
I don't know who it is. No, I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know who it is. I don't have a clue.
Just go back to one of your old channels then, Tiffany.
No, I've never seen that account before. I don't have a clue who that is. No clue.
Oh, I thought that evidence that it was.
I'd like to see that evidence because that account 100% doesn't belong to me.
I might just imagined it and forget it. I thought I saw something.
No, that account doesn't belong to me. The TT468 interior designer, whatever that was a clone account of me prior to it changing its name. I have it posted on my community wall from this channel I'm on right now, down like 3 or 4 months ago, because somebody I know modded that channel in their chat, and I made a post about it when I found out that they'd done that. Let me finish my sentence, you rude lady. I made a post about 3 or 4 months ago when I found out a friend of mine modded that channel, and I was like, no, take that wrench away because that's a clone account of me. It's the same exact account that was the interior design account, and that turned into some other account in the chat that day. That account does not belong to me. So.
But all this started with how we came to be here right now in this here and now is that you've now accepted that you should not have gone on Agent's channel.
I should not have accused her of faking that stroke. I should not have done that. It was
by calling him a liar. That's not.
I didn't call him a liar directly.
Mother of liar.
You did. You called Agent 19 a liar as well.
I don't give a shit what I've said to Agent 19. Let's just be clear here. I don't fucking care. I mean, honestly, why would I care?
He was there for me the whole entire.
That's great. I'm glad you have him as a good friend because he is a very good friend to you. But I personally, I don't fucking care what I said to him. Honestly, I don't even care what I've said to you, Katie. But I don't think it was okay for me. I don't think it was okay. Can you ever just zip it for a minute? I don't think it was okay for me. I don't.
That's my friend, and he did a live stream, and you came in and called him a liar.
Well,
and he wasn't lying.
Well, I mean, okay. I'm not sorry about that. Sorry. I don't have any reason.
There you go.
I don't care. Why should I fucking care about me calling Agent 19 a liar? Do you know all the false things he's called me? I don't care.
Yeah,
you want me to lie? Okay, I'm sorry, Agent 19. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, here's my olive branch. I mean, fuck that. It's fake as fuck. I don't care. I don't care.
Going to say that you were sorry about the son.
Yes. So I, you know, in hindsight, looking back, I should have dropped down when Colin came on because I care about Colin. He's a good kid. I've known him for years, right? So I should have dropped down instead of challenging him, even if it was gentle about something, him defending his mom. He is a good kid defending you how he did.
I appreciate that. He's a very good kid.
I recognize that. It was all in bad form. You know, I have my reasons behind it. I'm not going to explain them again. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that.
I appreciate that.
That was a bad error of my judgment. That
boy is everything to me. All my kids are everything to me and stuff like that. You know, he was looking out for me. That's all.
I don't get that. No, that's a good boy who does look out for his mom. That's a very good, and he's always been a good boy like that. That's why I like Colin so much, right? So.
Well, of course, he was going to be upset when he knew his mother was.
Of course.
When she wasn't.
Of course. Of course he was. He had every right to be upset, and I understood that at the time too. Now,
I mean, he's not upset now. I mean, he had a baby a month ago, you know, and he's been a really good father.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah,
he will be a good. He's a really good man. I mean, it's like I think you have a granddaughter, right?
Yeah, you mentioned her in your video today.
Yeah, I have you know. My daughter is pregnant as well, so she's gonna have a girl 2 months.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Grandbabies are the best. But really, you guys, that's all I have. My phone's at 2%, and Jeff's calling me. I got to get going, and I'm trying to do stuff. And I keep getting distracted by the stream.
I'm glad that you acknowledge that going on in front of the sun was going to be a red rag and was pretty incendiary.
Regardless of how gently I felt like I handled that, there's better decorum that should have been taken with a son who's protective of her mom. Regardless of what I thought at the time, I recognize that, and I don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong. I do feel bad for going down that fucked up path. I really do. Sorry.
Yeah, you just didn't need to. Just sometimes.
I appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate that.
There we go.
Yeah.
One good thing has come out of the stream.
Yeah. Well, you know, that weighed, oh God, now I have 1%. That weighed heavy on me anyways. So.
And you don't be in the chat.
Oh God. Well, yeah, I'm.
Actually, what you yeah. Go on, actually, what you want.
I just wanted to confirm that. I mean, it seems ridiculous speaking about this now, but at no point was me, Scotty, and you ever going to be together because I was coming to your place and then I was going to Scotty's after that. Is that right or not?
Yeah, no, nobody ever talked about that. That's weird, man.
Right. So no, that leads me on to there is audio of me and Scotty saying we were going to roofie you and gang rape.
No, I never heard that. I never heard that. Trust me, I would have ran with that till kingdom come had I heard that.
I know you would have done absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So, I would have made it into a song. I would have posted it. I would have made cartoons. You know what I mean? Like I would have had that audio.
Are you talking about the Nazi thing or whatever?
No, I'm talking about someone saying there was audio of me saying that me and Scotty saying we were going to roofie Tiffany and gang rape her, even though we weren't actually going to be in the same.
You told me that.
You saying that?
The last time I spoke to you, Katie, you said that there was audio. Or that
what now?
The last time I spoke to you verbally, you said that there was audio or video to do with.
I have audio with me and Tiffany were talking. Yeah, it was never Yaxley saying that.
No.
It was Tiffany. I had every recording I had with Tiffany.
You said about the roofie.
She was talking about.
There we go.
Who, me?
She was talking about Yaxley at the time they were together and stuff like that, wanting to go to California and stuff like that, and he was going to see like ODN or something like that, and Scotty or whatever.
And then you and
She was saying She was saying
I was saying we were going to have a threesome, and I was going to be orgied and spit roasted.
You said
You sure I wasn't joking?
That's what you said. You were really mad at Jackson at the time. Yeah, I have it.
Oh my god!
All
right, okay.
She was never going to meet Scott. Well,
That's a terrible. Well, she said she was going to meet. You were going to go and you were going to meet. She was going to meet Scotty as well.
I never said that.
Well, she couldn't have done because of cash. She couldn't have
You were going to meet
disappeared.
Scotty and I guess the guy that lives in I don't know if it's
Scotty. Huntington Beach, Scotty, which is where I was supposed to be going.
Oregon or whatever that guy is.
Oregon.
I know his name.
Oregon.
You're talking about VP?
No.
So I was going to be roofied by all three of them.
No, that's not what you said. That's not what you said, Tiffany. You're implying that Yaxley was making your life a living hell.
That's not what we're talking about.
You want to get away from him.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's what you called the
no, this is don't deflect. Stop deflecting.
Tiffany,
Stop deflecting.
No.
This is not what we're talking about.
You're not going to do that. Because I have everything.
You see what she's doing, right?
Recorded, right?
Hang on. I don't care what Tiffany said to someone else privately about me because I
have everything you said to me recorded because I don't trust you. I've never trusted you.
In the last couple of months, apparently there was because the story beforehand was that me and VP were going to mug Tiffany and make it look like a mug.
You're saying you wanted to get away from Yaxley. Yaxley was like, making you crazy. You called whatever because he wanted to get.
That's not what we're talking about.
No,
you can talk about all these things once you
remember.
Once you address what he's asking you.
I'm not bothered about all of that. I'm not bothered about all of that shit. That's gone.
Fact of it is I wasn't roofied in London. And that video that Trollop has made saying about roofies in London, Trollop is basing that on what Katie has said about audio with Tiffany talking about roofies and the fact that I met Yaxley and became
that's what I said. And the thing is, it's like I talked about that in the group chat we had together, and I left it alone. I never said anything to anybody. I never said anything to whatever, because I had to look for it anyway.
Something that Tiffany said when we were fighting, which was like 3 years ago or whatever. Why would you have brought it up recently? It's all, there's been a lot of things said that I'm.
Yeah, but never mind that. Now there's a video floating around about Yaxley.
Everybody talks about what I did, It's
a bit weird. It's a bit weird in 2024 to say, by the way, guess what Tiffany told me in 2021 about Yaxley?
I never said that.
You did.
I don't care.
Use the outcome of it. A video is up that Trollop has made. Yaxley roofing women he meets.
I don't think that Yaxley did it, but the only thing was because Tracy said that she was in London and she didn't remember what happened or something like that. And I talked to her privately before she would have did live stream a couple of days before that. And I was thinking, I didn't know what was going on with her. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. I didn't know that happened. Whatever. I didn't accuse anybody to do anything. I just was concerned for her.
Yeah,
but you all weren't friends at the time.
The only thing that upset me about it was why make a video?
Me and Tracy were not friends. We were friends at the time.
When she was in London?
No.
Not at the time, no. But yeah. I don't know.
So you were concerned like 2 years later?
She met with him more than once. I didn't know.
Yaxley.
I didn't know.
Okay.
The fact of it is, if I thought I had anything to do with Yaxley, I'd like somebody to have a leg broken.
Probably 6,000 times, I don't know. I don't know if they've met more than once. I didn't know.
The fact, it doesn't matter anyway, because it's not you who made the video, but this is where these kinds of things come. I don't care because I know it didn't happen, but when Trollop made that video saying Yaxley slipping roofies to women in hotels, guess who the only woman he's met in a hotel is? Me. So it's an easy conclusion for people to think that Yaxley been mauling me while I'm unconscious.
And I was nothing short of being a complete gentleman.
I'm sorry, Tracy, that I asked you about that, and I should have done that, but I was concerned for you. I didn't know because,
I wanted to know if Tiffany had said
sorry
it.
about that. I was concerned for you, honestly.
But I was worried that was there audio? Did Tiffany say that Yaxley and a man were planning to drug and rape her? Did she say that to you?
Yeah, she did.
Right.
She was mad at Scotty at the time. She was mad at Yaxley at the time because Scotty was good friends with Yaxley at the time. And Yaxley, of course, Scotty took Yaxley's side, of course, because he's his friend,
No, he didn't. Look.
That time he did. That time, that was before you guys fell out.
Yeah, but you're talking about the summer of 2021.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What relevance does that have in 2024?
You asked me.
Scotty fell out with me because first of all,
conversation happened. I'm telling you. But I had that conversation with Tiffany because she wanted to get away from you because she was asking me and Agent 19 for help because she wanted to get away from you. She said you're threatening her life. She wanted to get your visa pulled.
So Glenn, now this bit then goes into a crazy fight between Nixie and Katie, which I gotta tell you, he actually was just going, now and again. And I was kind of, first of all, like a deer in the headlights. I couldn't react. And then I went all fingers and thumbs. And then I thought, you know what? I'm actually enjoying this. And I know he's sick, but I was. Katie met her match in Nixie. I think it was a fabulous moment. What do you think about so Katie? Where's
she did start, but Trollop didn't question her and still is not questioning her for that clip. She said she recorded every single thing that Tiffany did, including this conversation. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's this clip? Because she claims she has it. She claims she heard it. She's actually spreading the story without the clip. Where is it? Where it's Trollop's duty, because he's pushing this because of her. It's Trollop's duty to shake her down and get that clip. If not, Trollop and her are both liars completely.
Well, here's the thing. Trollop saying only 2 days ago, if ask for the proof and if not, don't believe them. Well, where was that theory then? And where is his outrage that he was taken down a path? You see, because for 2.5 years, Trollop never judged that. Now, Glenn, even though I haven't known you very long, it's been a couple of months, maybe a few months, I've lost track of time. But, if I knew now that somebody was going to do you harm that was, serious harm, like on a par with roofying, or I knew that somebody had, I would have to tell you. I would not wait 2.5 years until I fell out with that person and then say, oh, by the way, Glenn, 2.5 years ago, come on, fucking what the fuck.
I totally agree.
So the fact that Trollop suddenly grows legs, there is a connection with Katie claiming that there is an audio. Don't tell me those two things going together didn't make Trollop run with it even harder. Don't tell me she had no effect, because she did. Now, I still think that seeing Trollop saying, if somebody wants you to do something and you ask for proof, where did you ask for proof on that, Trollop? You see, like with Frank, like she dragged Frank down, Frank went from someone who 30% of the communities hated the fucking cunt because of what he did, but 70% actually felt that he was a truthful, logical, interesting person. I don't know where the hell these people come from, but they did. Now, what happened was, because he was running with Katie's lies and we were debunking them and everybody knew she was lying, but Frank at best looked like a simpleton who couldn't tell his arse from his elbow, or he looked like he was complicit and knew full well but was covering for her anyway. And that was the downfall of him. It ended up with everybody thinking he was a ridiculous cunt.
You know, in the end, there were 7 people in his streams. It was bad. The only time that the fucking views went up is if Monty went in there to have a scrap with him. Or
Well,
Liz.
you look at Katie yesterday. She shares a video. She had 46 views on the video. She shares a 2 hours ago. Then she shares a community tab, the same video, and within 1 hour she had 54 thumbs up. She's clearly thumbsing up her own fucking community post. Like, how pathetic! Like, it just goes to show Katie herself that what you're doing is just not worth doing. You got to do that yourself. You're pathetic, Katie. You're pathetic.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If she was getting those thumbs up, she would open up her thumbs up on her videos. The reason she doesn't is because the thumbs up wouldn't match. YouTube will ignore you thumbing up your own community post. What it won't ignore is thumbing up your own YouTube channel, and it'll always write it. So if those are the thumbs up you're getting, Katie, why are you hiding your YouTube views? I show mine.
Well, most times I get more comments straight up than I do thumbs up because it's multiple people having conversations. Do you know what I mean? Like back and forth, back and forth. It's not even about me. It's just they're talking about whatever, the video or whatever. And Katie, how do you get 60 thumbs up on a community post but only 2 comments? I mean, so 60 people watched this, went to your shit, thumbsed it up, never shared it because I don't see it anywhere else, and nobody left a comment. That's you, you fat cunt. That's you. You're pathetic.
I found my perfect streaming partner. It's you, you fat cunt.
It is.
I know. I know. Of course it is. It's fucking obvious now. And so we've got Trollop running around. I'm getting as bad as fucking Katie. We got Trollop saying, if somebody tells you something, ask for proof. And there's a clear thing that's being shown that he's not actually doing that. He just twists and manipulates anything that suits him. But there's one other thing we need to share before we go off, which I found quite outrageous. I'm not going to play it all. This is just going to be the first couple of minutes because I thought it was very relevant to Katie. So here we go. I don't know how long we got to look at this frigging picture. Here we go.
She doesn't mention me by name, but I know exactly what she's talking about. Okay, I've met Tiffany Moser in 2016. I was going through a really bad divorce. It involved domestic violence. And I just poured my heart out to her, what I had been going through, and had kids involved and everything else. And I ended up in a battered woman shelter and ended up back in Kentucky. I was in.
Right, this is the first thing I have issue with, is that Katie, you're sponging my life again, you fucking fat cunt. I've never heard you saying you was in a refuge. That's what I said. I told you how I ended up back putting my hometown and in this poxy refuge where you couldn't get a fucking signal. That was the first thing that jumped out of me when I listened to this audio. And the other thing was,
living in Michigan at the time.
I had to get a job.
I had 2 jobs at the time to raise my family and do what I had to do as a mother.
Yeah.
And she was making fun of me for that. She got mad at me and she was making fun of me for that. She found my ex-husband's police report, put it all over Google Plus, put his mugshot all over Google Plus, made fun of me saying Father's Day was coming up and she was making fun of me. She was asking me if I was going to take my kids to the
Now, here's the thing. This story starts about one thing, and now she's forgotten what she was going to accuse her of, and she's just throwing a load of things. But the actual refuge, and I had to get a job because I went from my husband not letting me get a job and wouldn't let me work, and I was totally dependent on him for money, to fucking off with the money, me ending up on benefits and slammed into a fucking refuge. That's when I started working for Sky. She's just repeated my story. She's fucking outrageous, this one.
Prison to meet my ex-husband. My ex-husband did not go to prison, but she was saying horrible things like that. What she's talking about.
She mixed up the husbands. She mixed up between.
Well, she's saying my ex-husband never went to prison, but what about that dude that was the child Pete?
What's happened is she's on about domestic violence, and Phil beat the fuck out of her over dirty dishes and things. She confided in Forrest. Phil beat the fuck out of her and said he wanted a divorce. But what happened is, because she's so full of shit, she's mixing up the two husbands. She's trying to justify posting about Tiffany's domestic violence with what happened with Phil. But then she says, she was posting at my husband's mugshot, but my husband didn't go to jail for that because he didn't. This is more of a spewing shit, but this is the bit that really fucking comes out for me.
Talking about, she sent me pictures of her when she had domestic violence.
Glenn?
That's the guy that used to spit on her that Forrest is talking about.
I beat the fuck out of her, and here's the irony. She used to post all over Google Plus when me and my husband split up. Oh, Tracy's husband's left her and all of this shit. Now, I actually showed my petition, and to this day, the filthy bastard, he's had it 3 more times and he still won't sign it. So now I've got my head in my ass, and we've been separated since 2014. Now I've got my head at my ass and decided, you'll crawl over broken glass now for a fucking divorce, you fat rat, because I will let you serve me and I'll be as hard work as you, because I've served the fucker 3 times now in a decade, and given him the opportunity when he's unemployed, he can go and fucking hit me for one. So now I'll just play hardball. But the fact of it is we searched online and found that he was trying to divorce her and she was trying to stop it. Now, if he beat her up, why was she trying to stop the divorce? If he was beating her up and spitting on her, why did she try to stop the divorce? Why is it him leaving her? It makes no sense, does it? Unless she's desperate. And
why is she still going with the same fucking pedophile's name? You know what I mean?
There's lots of things that are weird. You
could have 10 fucking husbands if you want it. You could have 10 fucking husbands, but if you get a divorce, you ain't gonna pick that person's name.
No. Well, you usually either go back to your maiden name or you stick with the last surname that you had. Well, the last surname for her would be Bidyanger, not Childers, because she married Phil Bidyanger. Now, I've kept my last husband's name, but that was because mainly in school, I didn't want my daughter and me having a different name. My kids went to Catholic school. I didn't want to have them having a different name to me when I was signing things and that. That was just me, wanting to look a certain way for the school. I didn't want, Roman Catholics, they're not into divorce and all that shit. So I kept with the name. That is why. Why I kept the name, and it was the last surname I had. I will never understand Katie going up in Childers unless she's purposely shitting his name up for the future. Childers. I don't know. There's something fucking weird, isn't it?
Well, it's funny. She says she has no contact with that guy. Her kids have no contact with that guy. But that's bullshit because her grandbaby was just born, and his now new wife is on community posts on Facebook supporting the new baby. So clearly, the new baby is her new grandbaby, her only grandbaby, is in that guy who got charged with CP's life. That's a fact. That's a fact. They could prove it right now. She's a liar.
Well, she says if she says he groomed her, that shows a penchant for young girls. I would not want my child or my grandchildren around a man who potentially in the future is going to be around my young daughter and her friends. It would be a bit of a, But there's a few more things she says in here that are fucking outrageous.
Her arm. And she was saying that her ex-boyfriend was the one that beat her up and everything else. And she lost custody of her kids that time because she had moved him back in the house after he beat her up. And her sons were removed from her care at that point. And
anyway, were yours, Katie, when you jetted off to Canada to live with Otis, the dwarf? We call him a dwarf. He's not technically a dwarf. He was 5'2", but he's near enough. You lost your children. Colin went to live with your sister and lived with your sister throughout his schooling. Katie. Now, there's a difference between losing your kids because you're being abused and you don't behave correctly than jaunting across to marry a fucking 5'2" midget in fucking Canada.
Anyway, I haven't made memes. Didn't show her face or anything like that, and I was just making fun of her because she said that she was doing heroin at the time. So yeah, I'm not saying that what I did was right, but Tiffany did some shitty things to me as well. You know, and I don't know why she doesn't own up what she does to me. She says, oh, she's a big old giant victim all the time, but she doesn't own up to the fact that she did that to me on Google+. What she does to me all the time, she's always the victim. Anyway, she's going around doing a live stream saying I'm a shitbag, that I shared her private emails and I made memes of it. Well, Tiffany, I showed you what happened to me, and you put my police report all over the interwebs, and you put my ex-husband's mugshot everywhere, and you were making fun of me what I'm going to tell my kids on Father's Day. That's what you did to me. So if you want to call me a shitbag, call yourself a fucking shitbag. Domestic violence.
So hang on, Katie. If somebody does something to you, it is okay for you to do that thing back to them. I'm not going to play all of that. So when you were wishing me cancer and you were saying how you couldn't wait till I died and you were going to take my family's name for a ride, remember that, Katie? And when you were making fun of me with sepsis, you and Frank, every night for about a year, him using my cancer pick or my sepsis pick as a Nevada, depending on his mood. Why would you expect me not to say you're a fat bastard because you are a fat bastard? Why would you not? Why are you shocked that I held a grudge? Why is it that you befriended Tiffany after she had supposedly abused your son? And let's put this in context. It was a private conversation between me, Tiffany, and another person. We were debating where your child had gone because he'd gone very quiet from going screaming all night to very quiet. I say, I wonder what's happened to Max. Someone else says maybe she strangled him. And Tiffany says perhaps he's hog-tied behind the sofa. It was a private conversation, all tongue-in-cheek. Yet you've gone ballistic over that. Absolutely fucking ballistic. We were saying far worse. But you said those awful things to me. You said those awful things to Tiffany. When she told you about her grandfather, that ended up with all kinds of dicks drawn over it, which is where I believe Penny Bunny came up for the idea, because she too is a sponge, to frame several people for putting dicks on her kid's face. I think she heard Tiffany's story and thought, right, I'm going to do it to my own kid. That's what I think. Any thoughts, Glenn? That's how I think.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
I think that it was that Tiffany put it in her head, not in purpose, that Tiffany's story inspired.
Well, because all of the channels that Penny Bunny had showed us that people were doing this, there was only ever screenshots. There was never a hyperlink, ever. No. Not even one time.
And I got to tell you, if someone threw a dick on my kid's face, There is no ifs, buts, and around the thing. I would go to the police station with that.
You would go to the police? You mean you wouldn't try to get another YouTuber to make a police report for the same thing? You would be the one to go to the police about your kids? Because that's not what Penny does. She tries to get Moon and everybody else to go to the police.
I do exactly what I did when they did do it to my fucking kid. I marched in that police station with a phone in I had a denim jacket on, and you know where the pocket is on the top? You got your top pocket. I had the phone in there and I recorded me making the fucking report on it. Nowadays, I'd have a GoPro strapped to me doing it. I'm telling you now, I would go to the police. They would act. They would listen. It's not like they got to get on a fucking plane and go to America. All they would do is they would look into it and they'd get their forensics on it and all of that shit, and they'd try and track and have a look. And then say they found that the person was in Canada, they would reach out to our Canadian counterparts and they would say, we have this situation. Can you arrest the guy? This is the evidence. Send in a file over on a fax. They would then grip the person. They would then send what they got back to the Brits, and the Brits would say, look, it's clearly child pornography. Well, I don't think they'd have to say that. I think the Canadians would be saying, what the holy shit. Either way, there was action.
See, the reason Katie was quiet for so long, and then we sparked up on a couple other channels and we started combining. And what happened is they now realize that we're catching a few more fucking views now at this point. And what they don't realize is they know fucking right well, Kid Tracy. They know that Forrest is coming on our stream. And they know this. They know we're going to host him. They know we're going to roll out that red carpet and we'll do anything. We'll mix him drinks, whatever he wants. You want to smoke one? We got that too. And
even if I used him, when Forrest has said anything about me, in the very, since we had the truce, this is how I handle it. I say, Forrest, I get it. I understand. I know why you're doing this. And feel free, knock yourself out. Because I do understand. And I know what she does. Because they've done it to me for years. They've done it to Tiffany. They've done it to multiple people. These bitches, you know what Penny was doing. She was going to contact the baby's daddy and the father. That's why people would say, all right, yeah.
Well, between Katie and Penny right now, to this day, are trying to do stuff in Forrest's life with his girlfriend. But like Forrest said in his video today, a few hours ago, his girlfriend watches all this stuff. She reads all his messages. She knows this is a bunch of bullshit. And they like to do things like that. They try to get Tiffany in trouble, like, oh, Tiffany's hanging around with Yaxley. Tiffany's back with Yaxley. Tiffany's hanging with Forrest. She's back with... No, she ain't. She ain't with any of them. And they ain't with her. And it's a bunch of bullshit. But they know, Forrest, we're bringing him to the UK. And every time we do that, we're going to catch a couple thousand fucking views on it. And they know this. They know this, and that this is what they're trying to do, right? This is exactly what they're trying to do. But they ain't going to have any success with it.
Forrest is funny and all. He's a good laugh. But
I can't wait for him to come up. I really can't. I really cannot fucking wait. I'm excited. And I told you, if I'm not available, like, you know my schedule now. I've told you that. You're in the loop with my schedule. And even if not, go without me. Host Forrest. Do what you do. When I get home, I'll restream it. I told you can have my StreamYard passcode. You can have my Gmail sign in to my fucking stream off my channels. Go off YouTube, Streamer News, broadcast. Use them all.
So that we can all get together. But if he's only available when you're not, I will go. It will be, we'll go. Let's get it. Look, the thing is this, that Forrest did leave and he was very happy. And when he did pop on, he was happy and joyous with everyone. He was mellow, saying, all right, everybody. But he wouldn't speak to Katie. Katie went on and said, oh, hey, Forrest, I've missed you. And he said, look, I don't want to be a friend. She came to me raging, and then within 6 months, Forrest's Facebook had been scraped for all the people that he was involved with. She had hundreds of people on this account. She then starts dropping them all his shit. They ended up with
the same thing they've done in the past. They're going to continue to try to do now. They're going to play old clips of Forrest saying shit about you. They're going to play old clips of you saying shit about Forrest. They're going to try to flip me and Forrest don't have no beef. I don't have no beef with him. If he has a beef with me, well, he has a beef with me. I don't have a beef with him. I've told him this many times. I don't know the guy, dude. So how would I have a beef with him? I don't know him. It's that easy.
But we're all singing from the same song sheet. The fact of it is right now, and nothing. The reason Forrest is pissed off is Katie. Now, Katie can spin it and whip it whichever way she likes. That is why he's pissed off. He was forced, with his hands behind his back, to come here now and again to say bad things about people to keep Katie happy so she didn't feel abandoned. And in return for that, they left him alone in his real life. But then when Forrest then sees Katie defending the hell out of Bacon, defending Penny, but no mention of Penny stalking his entire family and his extended family and his stepchild's parentage and all kinds like that. She didn't call it out. Now, I believe Katie avoids that because the clues that Penny got to find Forrest's girlfriend came from Katie. Came from Katie 100%. That's why she won't touch on it.
I'm fucking amazed now by looking back at that transcript when I did, how many times Penny had said, only me and Katie know about this. Forrest only told me and Katie. Like, it's so obvious that they were together for quite some time. It's so fucking obvious now.
Forrest is a lot of things. Stupid ain't one of them. He played dumb with the hostage. You've heard him speak of it. He said, sitting next to you saying you're not fat. I was nearly laughing my dick off. He was just playing a game that was the easiest way for him to be left alone in his real life. That is what happened.
Yeah.
And it's fucking a sad state of affairs when a person has to do that. When your life is so and all he wanted to do was go and be a family with someone. He wants to settle down before he's too old. What's wrong with that?
But even now, I still see him, and even then, for the last year, Forrest is not really involved. He's like a weekend or every couple days he'll get off of work and he'll fucking, bounce around on YouTube for an hour or two. He's not on YouTube. Like, he ain't making videos and premieres and live streams, and I don't see him on panels. It was Katie dragging him to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, he'd rather go to work and get off and fucking probably go home and have a few beer and sit with his woman and his fucking kids than fucking deal with any of this shit. Me and you included. Like,
well, how many times people? Oh my god, right. If you think about it, Glenn, how many times before they fell out did you hear Forrest saying you should?
Your audio is chopping big time for some reason. I don't know why.
Right, there we go. Will it stop? Right, now we got it. Sorry about that. If you look at it though, loads of times Forrest was giving very clear clues that he didn't want to be here. He was saying, I got things to do. I don't know why, Katie, don't just ignore this. It's not worth your health. He was trying to tell her. Is my audio good now? It was.
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, so it was, and it's sad. How sad is it when you're happy with someone and every now and again you've got to think, oh fucking hell, I better go on YouTube and be nice to her. Look how she turned on me because I didn't want nothing to do with her. That ain't a reason to attack someone. I wasn't attacking her. I came back and defended the fat whore.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to fight with me. Fucking feel free. You had it. I told you about a week later. I made a video and I said, listen, Katie, in the past, you started fights with me and you've always felt comfortable enough to come and then make a truce. When you were at your most weakest with your supposed stroke, you came to me because you knew it was safe. That will never happen again. If you attack me now, know that you will not be coming to me and telling me when to stop. I'll stop when I'm good and fucking ready. Can you remember me saying that, Glenn? And then I went quiet Another few fucking days. What she do? Off she went. I'm glad that the Brits are now seeing who Katie is.
Yeah, but even you guys from the beginning to think, when I sit and think about it, like to just come out and make a truce. Me and you never did that. Me and you, to this day, me and you never did that. Me and you, what we first agreed on, me and you, was, hey, let's stop copyrighting each other. Can we just stop that? That's what we both agreed on. I said, hey, I'm down with that. No problem. You said, you can play my shit. I'll play your shit. I'll never strike you. I swear, hand to God, my kids, everything. I said, me too. I agree. And everything else just came fucking natural because we didn't agree, oh, we're not going to do this or that. We just built a fucking friendship and started talking with a dialogue, me and you, and we shared more and more. And look where we're at now. It wasn't no truce. It wasn't no signed deal. It was we built a friendship. Yeah, if it was in the beginning, we signed this truce deal or something, that sounds fucking bullshit to begin with. I think of what me and you agreed on, let's stop fucking copywriting. And then everything else came natural.
Yeah. And then we ended up having a laugh. And when I wasn't streaming and I still couldn't sleep, I was yabbering with Glenn. So
me and you over the last months, we've shared all kinds of fucking shit, me and you together, like shit that some people don't know on my end. You know?
No, there was no plan. I didn't plan it. And before I even spoke to Glenn, though, he had done one stream. I can't remember where it was, but he was doing what I do, playing a video and then talking. And I thought, fucking hell, the things he's hitting on is the same things I'd be hitting on. And then when you were sounding off, I thought, fuck, that kind of sounds like me. He's hitting the same things. He got the same potty mouth. I enjoyed the stream. And then the next thing I know, because I was multitasking, obviously the stream being, next thing I know, I'd listened to the whole stream. Then I subbed. And then you made a post and said, Tracy subbed me. I had unsubbed everyone else and I subbed you. That it was one stream that set me off. And I thought, I like this. I'm going to listen to him again. And that's how it started. And then I made that cheeky comment. You answered me. But we only spoke in comments for a few weeks. Then you came into my stream, you and Jane. Then I came in your stream. And then Tiffany said, you should speak with Glenn, you'd get along. And I said, fuck it, go on then. And that was it. There was no plan. It wasn't a plan. It was just, that's how it is. And if I hadn't been...
No, but no, it wasn't a plan, but I am glad. I'm grateful every day to have you around. I really am. And it's, you know, and we joke about this team and this, man, there's no team. We talk about the things that we agree on. There's lots of shit me and you don't agree on, but does that mean we go fighting about it? No.
No, because there's so much that we do agree on, and the things.
Yeah, but in the same sense, you're not responsible for anything that comes out of my mouth. Why would you be? You know what I'm saying? But that's how they are. Like, oh, he's got a wrench at Tiffany's room. Well, do you know how many people have a wrench in my chat, and I don't know who the fuck they are?
Well, yeah, but it's the same in my chat. A very few people who've got wrenches do I actually know are real people. The rest. Yeah. Just people that I feel are trustworthy because I've known them a while and they're always about.
Well, I like to keep people in the loop. It's like Forrest. He never comes around my streams, but I hit him in comments this morning and I said, listen, come by for at least 5 minutes, just long enough for me to give you a wrench. And that way there, you can, when you're watching, you can at least see the deleted comments. You know what I mean? Like, I like people to be able to see deleted comments. You know, if something does get deleted, I don't want Forrest to wonder what did get deleted. I'd rather him be able to see it. You know, don't go block all my people or anything, but just at least you can look look inside. You know, you get a closer look to be able to see what's actually being deleted. Because I personally hated that with Trollop, how he would delete shit, so much shit. Fuck, he was man, he scared everybody away. You would have had an audience of fucking thousands of people, man, had it not been for him.
He was very true.
Honestly.
And what pissed me was a moderator, when they're moderating, whether they're your friends or not, should be unbiased. They should be there just to keep the chat clean. My rules are, if any doxing starts, fuck them off. Any doxing, people's family names, I want them gone. I don't care who it is. That was the only rule, and I will stick with my mods. But Trollop was blocking people for his own personal, because they had made a nasty comment or said his video was shit. I had literally over 100 and odd people in that block box, and I didn't know fucking any of them. I was like, what the shit? So Trollop was also using my chat as a way to get even with people he had problems with, kicking them out of chat and things, you know. So, which is, you know, sad. I don't mind who wants to be in the chat. Now and again, though, if I know it's a particular person, I keep saying, no, come in your main. If I want the person to come on from the main.
I'm the same way. There's two mods in my chat that know exactly what's on board, and they're fucking the fairest mods. You know how I know that? Because they very seldom block people, and that's CEO and tier 5. You don't get two better mods than that.
Yeah.
They very seldom block people, like very seldom, and they don't use that wrench to defend me. They don't use that wrench to defend themselves. They use it to defend what's right, and that's what separates a fucking proper mod from a fucking rogue mod. Trollop is a rogue mod, no matter what. He would not help my channel at all by him being a mod. He's like a Penny Bunny on steroids.
Yeah. Well, you know, when Penny says, oh, she only lets people on her chat who agree with her, I'm not the blocker there. That was Trollop. So if anybody was kind of grooming my audience and clipping them, it was Trollop. I'm easygoing. I don't mind telling someone to fuck off. I usually say, get up on the panel and tell me. You know, all right, here's the thing, let's do it. Because I haven't got no problem doing that. So.
Oh, I've never seen one time in my life you fucking nervous or scared to talk to anybody. How many times over the last year when me and you were back and forth, you would say, "Get up here, Glenda. Get up or get down that link." You would drop that link all day. Yeah, you wanted me to go on panel so bad, but to be honest though, with Trollop around, it wouldn't have been fucking. It wouldn't even have been even, because I don't think we would have had a good conversation, me and you. I don't.
Trollop, while we were trying to get it sorted, Trollop would keep saying, "You said that, you said this," and just we wouldn't be able to speak because you'd be defensive and arguing with 3 people, because you'd also be arguing with Trollop in chat. Because Trollop goes
but when you think about it though, it would have been hard for me to come in, because I was over on my group, you were on your group, and I would have had to come in and defend myself against everybody at once. And the way it could have happened, it never would have worked. But the way that it did happen, I only had to come in and defend myself against you, and you made that very easy for me and Jane both. And at that time, Trollop wasn't around. Yaxley stood down. You know what I'm saying? He stayed away for that couple of days and allowed me and you. And even then, me and Yaxley were still heated at one another. But hey, then it gave time for me and Yaxley to sort out our little bit of differences by ourselves, and that's what evened everything out. It was I got a chance to touch base with everybody, even tier 5. I got a chance to touch base with everybody on our own little level, not everybody all at me at the same time, where you just fucking close up.
Yeah, with Trollop leading the charge. So, yeah, that's my way. And if I have an enemy on, or someone I'm fighting with, I don't have a shit show. I'll let them speak and I'll sit and listen, and then I'll say, yeah, no, that didn't happen. We take it in turns. It's 2 people. Whereas when you go on to Katie's, you got Frank joining in and shouting and counting down and cocking his gun. You got fucking Katie screaming over the top of you. You got Frank kicking you. That's why nobody went on his stream. It wasn't because we felt we couldn't deal with him. It was because it was loaded dice, Glenn. You might as well go in with a fucking pack of wolves.
Yeah. Well, it was the same. You probably felt the same in the very beginning when you were first started coming around my chat. Like, how is this going to go? Are they all going to jump? Nobody ever said anything about you or to you over there. Not one time. You know what I'm saying? People were actually happy, and I'm surprised, but people were happy that we were talking. Not fucking. Nobody called us flip floppers or fuck all. They were happy that we were discussing issues, even if they never got resolved. We were talking like humans.
Yeah, and here's the thing: when you think about all the wrongs that are going on YouTube, we all fucking transgress here and there to varying degrees. But this Penny situation, this is a financial grift using live props. If she was doing it by saying, oh, look, my car got a puncture and kicking a fucking broken down tire, I wouldn't give a fuck what she was doing. She's holding up living, suffering things to grift. That is a problem to me. And it is the duty of those who can speak to speak out for those who can't. That's a fact. You can't turn your eye on something like that. You've also got the fact that these people, she's making out she's just this harmless little bunny fucking expert who's attacked because of these jealous people who all want to have bunnies running around shitting all over their fucking gaffs and want, subscribers who don't seem to ever come. And that's not true. She's an evil, disgusting person on every level, not just what she does to the animals, what she does to her husband, what she does to other people on YouTube. Look at that bloody Gemma one. Look at that other lady who was here the other day. She had a load of initials on her name. Oh, I can't remember. But she was here saying, it's fucking...
Oh, yeah, BCTV. That's what I call her. Her name is Bridget, by the way. But, yeah, I call her BCTV.
Look at that. Look at the other people. Look at that man. He's in her chat and he gives her $50 for this sickly rabbit. And then because he speaks to Malibu, she attacks him, calls him a fucking pedo and that. And then he's back giving her money again. Listen, you couldn't make this up.
Well, the girl Bridget, who's BCTV, the girl that's in the wheelchair? Penny told her the other day that she can come back. She's not welcome at Penny's chats no more, but she can come back if she drops us.
Well, that's up to her. She's a free agent.
Yeah, she's not going to do that. But I'm just that's the mentality of the rabbit. Like that'd be like tomorrow. I see Bridget say over at Penny's, and then she didn't say nothing about us, and she comes back, and I say, well, you're losing your wrench. No, and she didn't say no. If she ain't saying nothing about me, I don't care who goes from my chat over to Penny's and comes back over. I don't give a fuck. You'll learn eventually, I'm sure.
Well,
but somehow we're the gang in the cult, but we don't tell anybody where they can and can't go.
Well, if she did do that and she still came in our chat, I wouldn't be saying, why are you over at Penny's? That just wouldn't even come out my mouth. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care. If you're shit talking me, I'm going to ask you maybe why you said that about me, but I don't care. Equally, if someone's on me because they get strong-armed and bullied and they call me names like Forrest, I'm not going to respond. If I understand that the person is doing it under duress or they're having to do it to make fucking grace with the person, I'll let that shit go. I understand. Not all people can withstand the kinds of abuse that you get here on YouTube. Some
and I will say though, just because you see one of your people that come into your live stream somewhere else that you don't like, and if they're not talking about you or participate, what's the difference? Who cares? I mean, there's lots of people that come to my chat that are modded that go to places that I can't stand, but you know what? They don't talk about me. So what do I care? You know what I'm saying? That's like me telling somebody, I don't want you to see both sides of the story. I just want you to listen to me. That's ridiculous, man. I have no problem. You're right. If somebody's over somewhere else shit talking you, yeah, you got a right to say, well, what the fuck are you over there saying that shit for? Like, what the fuck? And you come over here acting like this? Yeah, I get it. But sometimes people are just neutral, and I accept that. I never always understood that, but I understand it more now than I ever did. And I'm okay with it. I don't care where people go. Like people, it's YouTube. It's free. People can go wherever they want. There's 9 billion channels. Choose some.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with Chang. You see, how Chang fell from grace with. It started with Katie. Was Chang had a friend called Taboda. Remember Taboda, Katie? That's another fucking story, no way. Well, Katie, Chang had a friend called Taboda, and they knew each other, and they spoke a lot, and off YouTube as well. And Taboda came. I was talking to Montegraph, or no, I think it might have been Pam, or I can't remember, but we're on Skype, and she comes and pops up and says, "You got to go and see this. They're bullying Chang." And we go over. This is to the days of blog TV. And Chang has basically said, I'm not posting pictures of her kid. Now, this is me they're clearly on about. This stuff with the kid is going too far. I'm not up for it, Chang's saying. So, because they were all over my kid, doing her as a monkey and fucking all kinds, prostitute, fucking Jimmy Savile. Well, I think he came about 2 years later. But anyway, Chang was saying he wasn't up for it and he wasn't down for it. So you couldn't join in. We were just watching. So anyway, me and Gan discussed it, and I said, "Fucking, this ain't going to be good for him." I knew. And then about a week later, it starts up. You notice that there's nobody on Chang's channel anymore, and there's nobody on his videos. His views have dropped. There's very few people are talking from within the group, no smileys. So we know something's up. We all know. And then Bubba takes his fucking bastard icon off his channel, which was promoting his channel. He stops. So we know it's big, but we still don't know. And then we come across a row. We're stalking around the comments, and we come across a huge row on Chang's. And it's basically Katie attacking Chang, saying you spoke to Tracy. Now he hadn't. He had just defended that he wasn't going to go after people's kids. So she said, you speak to Tracy. He was saying, no, I do not. She said, and you speak to Natasha. Now Natasha was the other friend. And he was saying, no, I haven't. How do you work that? I'll prove it. Ken hops in, starts calling him a fucking pedo. And then Chang says, you can fucking look out a bloke, and it gets nasty. And then it starts coming out that Katie has told people that Chang has, like web TV. So it comes out that Katie has told the other group that Chang is stalking her kid's school. Fucking hell, off she goes. But then,
yeah, because in these fucking groups, you got to go with whatever they go with. It's crazy.
So then what happens is Ken, who was very high up in this group, he had a video showing around his garden and around the lake, and the lake is right near his house. It's at the bottom of his garden, but he's showing his kids as well. Now the business is, the video is, look at this beautiful lake, look at the wonderful childhood my kids are having by having access to this. So the kids are playing. Chang and co get that video and they watch it over. This is before you could rip YouTube videos. They play it over and over again, Chang in particular, because Chang is looking at the lake shape. He's looking at the landmarks and the natural shape of the lake. He's also spotted I don't know what you call it. You know what electrical cables go on, like a big piece of wood and there's wires coming off it? We call it a pylon. Yeah. He's also spotted one of them. So he's Google searching. He knows, get where a rough idea where Ken is. He's going to dox him. Ken Ken then goes on his video analytics and he sees somebody from Maine has been fucking playing his video. It says like 50 of you. He went fucking schizo. He went wild. Chang is definitely a pedo. So now when Chang then disappears, however you commit suicide or fucking fakes it, there's a Katie starts deleting the comments, okay, from that row. But we got the whole of the row, but I've got the bits where she's in there attacking him. She later removed it, but you can still see to this day, single dad saying, you're the one who said he's a paedophile. Because what had happened was, Katie then starts attacking Ken and saying, you said he was a paedophile watching your kid's video of your little girl. And Ken shot back with, you're the one who fucking started it. You said he was fucking in your kids' schools and posting pictures of your kids. That's what made me doubtful of him watching my video. Are you going to deny that? She's the one who set it off. Penny is running with this. Penny was doing the same thing in the videos that we were playing on my streams. She is bullying people into calling another person a paedophile, no matter what the situation is. When what was his name, Shizzle, was in her chat and being nice to her, she was nice to Shizzle. But then she sees Shizzle talking to Tacone. Now me, I would do one of two things: either just ignore it, or just think, oh well, then yeah, you know. But she starts making streams about him, calling him a pedo supporter, and then he had to restream her stream to respond. Penny is a control freak, the same as Katie. Katie bullied Chang because she felt he'd spoken to me. Now, when they were bullying him in the original last fight, I stupidly jumped in as the bummer effect, and I said, stop bullying him. He ain't your pet dog. He can fucking speak to who he likes. And then that, in their mind, confirmed that me and Chang were working together. We weren't. I don't have to be working with you to see somebody. You know, there was about 8 of them on him. It was fucking horrific. And that was 22 days before he disappeared. So, you know, Penny's doing the same thing with Tacone. Penny is doing the same thing with other people, though. You know, she went after me. Penny's problem with me was because Trollop kicked her out of my chat. That's how that started. Trollop, not me. I didn't give a fuck about her. She's nothing.
Wow. We've seen some old videos of Joel and back in the day. They're actual Joel videos, not Trollop videos, but Joel and Penny's commenting, hey, Joel. You know what I mean? So this is years ago. So I can understand why Penny would offend Trollop for sure.
Yeah.
He'd want to get rid of her.
So Penny is in old videos of who is said to be Trollop, and she's saying, hey, Trollop.
Yeah.
So she was doxing. So she was letting him know then
that I know who you are. Yeah.
He didn't respond to that, Glenn.
I think there was one response. I have the screenshots of it. I can send you, actually.
Interesting. But
yeah, it's weird.
Why was she stalking Trollop in his real life? Who she says is Trollop?
Well, see, you got to understand, Penny hung out with fucking Agent 19 for quite a while, right? So she's been a Frank follower for quite some time. She had a mod, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
Trollop actually never did nothing to Penny until Penny was in continually in Frank's stream, saying they're over on Tracy's calling my kid a retard. Nobody's even mentioned her or her kid. We were like scratching.
And that's another reason why. And I know at the time you didn't know who it was, but that's another reason. Penny called out Scarlett a long time ago as Trollop. She's not probably the first because she's not the brightest, but she's got a good way of spreading things. And Penny's one of the main ones who was spreading that Scarlett is fucking Trollop. Like she was on that like fucking crazy because she was at Agent Frank's all that time seeing this shit go down. And she was like, yeah. She could pinpoint different references as to why she thought that was Trollop.
Well, I think it's Trollop, not because anybody has told me, But because after you guys started saying Trollop is Scarlett, once and only once, Scarlett came into my stream and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for the things I've said about you." But this is what's funny. When I read, so that was about 2 or 3 days before the fallout. But since Trollop has been blocked and is no longer welcome, guess who also hasn't come back? Scarlett.
Yeah.
Now, why would Scarlett care if I'm not speaking to Trollop? It came, it made peace. It said it was sorry. I believe Trollop brought it in to try and counteract what you lot were saying that, oh, that's Trollop.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I don't think Trollop's the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree, but I don't think he's a total fucking idiot either. I mean, he's just so involved that it's hard to remember what he is and who he is, even for him. Yeah. Even for him, it's hard to cover. You know what I'm saying? The more channels you open and the more channels you interact on, the harder it is to tie everything in together. You know what I mean? It is. I know this because I've done that. I've been that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been many ways. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It goes the same way, and I get blamed many times. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll admit I'm in it. Like you guys were so close, but yet so far away with the OnlyFans. I'm like, yeah, I'm not the OnlyFans, and technically I could have sworn anything. My kids, I'm not OnlyFans. I didn't create it, but I was a part of it. I was a big part of it. I gave most of the clips to OnlyFans. I didn't do any of the editing. That was Max. I didn't create the channel. That was Max. You know what I'm saying? And then she went on to try to blame YouTube Streamer News as fucking ghost of OnlyFans. I'm like, you're fucking delusional. Because one, that was Max. Like the ghost channel that's running around today, that's Max. Of course it's Max. The same fucking channel, the same videos.
Here's the other bit that pisses me off. If somebody doesn't want to be my friend, and there's not an actual fallout, but they're busy or they just don't want to be friends with me or whatever, for whatever reason, it doesn't mean I attack them. I just don't understand that. I would just think, oh, well, fuck off then. That's it. I got too much pride to be seen like I give a fuck. And I probably don't give a fuck. What Trollop has done with the roofie situation, when you now know that there were many conversations about roofies, tells you how vindictive and how malicious he is. He then tries to paint it that he's fallen out with Katie over, with me, over Katie. No, we didn't. We fell out over my refusal to attack Yaxley. And that's exactly what our argument would show. Trollop's just full of shit. Going on about ask for proof. Yeah, go on then. Fucking get that proof for us. Get us the...
Well, I tell you right now, when it comes to Yaxley, till the end of fucking time, I will defend that no matter ever fucking what. I don't care if Yaxley makes 20 fucking hit jobs on me in the next fucking 24 hours. I swear on my hand to God, I know that is not true. And nobody will ever mention that bullshit in my chat. Nobody will ever come on my stream and try to push that shit on me. That will never happen. No matter what my history is with Yaxley before or in the future, it will never happen. Nobody's ever saying that shit ever around my channel. That will be gone.
He actually didn't deserve that. He was a good person.
No, he doesn't. He didn't, and he doesn't deserve it. Like in the past or in the future, because it's not fucking true. It's just bullshit. And by people pushing that shit, it discredits them from everything else. Even if there is some true shit that they're trying to push, if they're pushing that, they're full of shit. Because Katie, play the audio.
Do you know what's just happened to me? You know the squeezy bottles of tomato sauce? Ketchup. You squeeze that they're plastic bottles and you squeeze it. I've just squeezed the fucking dirty epoxy thing and the whole lid has flown off and there's the entire contents of the sauce all over my floor, all over my food. It's totally inedible. and I fucking cannot believe it.
You got to stop multitasking. You need to get yourself an office. I'll send you a picture of TT6 head office. You'll see what I got set up.
I'm wounded. There's tomato sauce everywhere. It's all over me, the floor. I'm just glad the dog just moved, or it'd be all over him and all.
I got all new shit last week. I've got a big fucking Amazon wish list going on. I'm ordering all new shit again next week. I'm setting my office completely up. I'm even ordering some other people some stuff.
But yeah, he actually did not deserve that, because he was a good pal, and when it all went off and they were calling him rapist, basically, he said to me, Tracy, I can answer this in a minute, but if I do, Trollop's going to attack you. Trollop's going to attack you anyway. You can already see what a cunt he is, but I don't want to be blamed for it. So I'll let him carry on, and then when you're ready and he's attacking you, because it is going to come, then I'll respond. And that's cool as fuck to sit there being labelled a rapist, to be cool to your pal. That's a friend.
Well, just to be able to speak to Yaxley, man, come on. Like, it's clearly, man, you and Yaxley's more friends than you and Trollop anyway. I could never have that one-way conversation, because that's what you had. Whatever you want to call it, that's what I call it. It's a one-way. And when you share stuff with me, I feel like obligated to share stuff with you, because that's what a friendship, one-way thing. This is all of my stuff, and you never show me none of your stuff. No, I feel the more someone shares with me, the more I share with someone else, and that's no fucking hostage situation. That's called a friendship. That's what it is. And if me and you walked away tomorrow, well, we don't use that stuff. That's what we said in private. That's the box. Don't open the box, Tracy. If me and you walked away tomorrow, that's what I'd say to you. Don't open the box. I won't open the box. I'm cool.
That's basically what I did with them. I just think Trollop's an absolutely shitty person. I think he's perfectly suited to Penny and Katie. I think the fact that Katie is running around now, she's gone from making fun of sexual abuse, because that's what she's doing. She's using it to troll again, her and Penny, to now they're victim shaming a woman who's been assaulted. Presumably to get her assaulted some more. What's that about?
Yeah, because they're definitely not trying to help her. There's no way. And if you read the comment section, it's a mock. It's not anything. Oh, I feel horrible for this, or no woman should have to go through that. No, it's not that. Yeah, they're sick. They're sick people. Like, there's no other way around that. I'm sorry, but I can openly admit it. When it comes to Katie, I hate your fucking guts. When it comes to Penny, I hate your fucking guts. But if I had pictures of your fucking faces all bruised up by whoever, I wouldn't play it. It's not that I don't hate you enough to do it. I would never fucking swoop to your level. I would never want people to ever think of me what I think of you. And that's just how it is. I'm never going to go to your level. Go as low as you want. I'll never go that low.
We don't need to do that. What's out
No,
there?
I wouldn't though. No matter what. Look, Tracy, if you told me tomorrow that that's what I need to do to win, I'm never going to win then, because I already feel like I won anyway. I'm here with you. I already won.
Look,
I already won. So whatever they think, they can think what they want. In my opinion, I could walk away today, me and you. We won, no matter what.
But Penny wants to say she's all stand up and she's better than Katie. But Penny is also making fun of the domestic violence. Penny is also making fun of the sexual abuse and the rape, or whatever you want to call it. She's also right up in it. She actually thanked Trollop the other day for posting it. Thanked him.
Yep, and I'm going to tell you something. I said that I'll never play up their bruised faces. I would never do shit like that, but I am sitting on something of Penny's that I've been holding back on, and it's a little worse than the medical clip, and I always said I'll save the best for last, and I'm really fucking contemplating on pushing that button. I really am. I can't even tell you my fingers on the trigger.
You can only push a person so far. If you keep poking at someone They have nothing to lose but to grapple the stick from you and ram it up your ass as far as they possibly could because you've asked for this. You know, you keep poking just because you got away with something once, you know, it's back to that shelf life. Everyone has one.
I can go back to, I can rewind my channel all the way back to when Penny Bunny was 15 years old, and I got newspaper articles to prove it. Test me, Penny. Test me, darling. I've not lied to her so far. When I tell her I'm going to do something, I do it. So keep fucking poking the bear.
What she's doing with Tiffany right now, the pair of them, just shows who they are. It shows that Katie did find Chang's sexual abuse a trolling fodder and funny. She did. I was there. So you can see that that would happen. You got Penny, meanwhile, trying to get Tiffany a battering, because that's what she's trying to do, you know. Or they're trying to get her out on the streets. Now, yeah, in a temper, in the heat of the moment, we all wish mad shit on each other, and we might even say mad shit. But when we close down and we smoke our spliff or drink our coffee, we kind of think, all right, and we get back to a more, you know, you just don't do it. These girls been doing this now for the last 5 weeks, thanking Trollop for making fun of sexual abuse people, as if being abused is a weakness. But this is all an imaginary abuse that Katie conjured up. Katie started this by convincing people that there was audio proof, and then Trollop put the illness.
Well, you know that it's not real, because if it was real, we wouldn't be out here 5 times now trying to fucking tell Trollop, hey, dude, play the clip, play the clip. He'd be jamming that clip down our fucking throat every other video. You don't have it, you fucking lying prick. You don't have it. That's a fact. If you have it, you'll play it in the next 24 hours. You don't have it, Trollop. And Katie, you can go suck a dick because you're a liar. Where's your 28-part series of Tiffany's phone calls? Where's it? Why don't you just skip the 28-part series and just play that clip first? And then we'll listen to all your other fucking 28-part series of you and Tiffany private conversations. Play that clip first. You know you got it on speed dial if you had it. You know you got that fucking, you don't even need to look for that. You know exactly where that would be. Play it. You got 24 hours. If not, you're fucking liars. We gave you 24 hours 5 fucking days ago, 5 streams ago. You don't have it. Either one of you two lying fucking clowns. Fabricating motherfuckers. You don't have shit.
Fabricating stories that Penny is going around saying, oh, thank you for saying this. Thank you for posting this. What are you thanking them for, Penny? What are you enjoying? What are you thanking for? What do you feel you're getting out of it? Or are they doing it at your behest? Is that why you're thanking them, Penny?
Well, you could play their game if you wanted to, but that's not us. We could go on Joel's Facebook. He's got pictures of him with a little girl and say, Joel, what did you do to that little girl, Joel? Allegedly, somebody told me. What did you do, Joel? We could play this game too, Joel, but we stick with the facts. We stick with what we have. We stick with what we know. And right now we know you're Joel. And right now we know you're a liar. And right now we know that you don't have that clip. You're not getting the evidence before you play anything, clearly, because you're pumping Penny and fucking Katie's shit with no clips. You know it doesn't exist.
I believe Trollop might have been in on it. Do you know what I'm wondering? If they were debating how to get me to turn on Yaxley, I was already showing unwilling and saying, no, I need proof. I'll be home soon. I want to see the proof. If you're right, I will fucking go with him hard. But I want to see proof. And I think that between them, they may have concocted, if you tell Tracy there's audio, she will dump Yaxley. And then when Katie told me, I said, I want the audio. And she said, it's being posted tomorrow. I said, okay.
Yeah, that was how many months ago? Wow.
Like, God, when was it, Glenn? When did we all start speaking?
Fuck. Well, that even then, that was long before me and you started speaking when she said she'd post it tomorrow.
Yeah, but well, it was the initial fallout. And I never have seen it. And I've waited and waited. And I've never seen it. And then there's
you'll never see it. And even then, if she was to play something like that, well, you got to play the whole call. We don't just want a fucking a 10-second clip of something of Tiffany said, because that could clearly be AI. You must have the whole call recorded. You claim you got them all. 28 calls. Play them. Start playing them. Start with that one.
Well, she actually said in that clip she had the recording, so she can't say I haven't got the recording because she said she did. Right, yep. This all happened on June the 7th. June the 7th, I asked for the proof. Actually, me, Katie, Tiffany are all in the same room. But later, the person came to you, didn't they? The other named person, and said, I don't know what the fuck that's about. It never happened.
Scotty, yeah, Scotty. Yeah, but even in that 3 months, look at how many fucking friendships and people that we've brung together in that 3 months. Look how many they've torn apart. No joke. We had 2 chats literally come together and fucking just forget bullshit.
Yeah, but it is this rabbit situation with the real life cops. It is kind of making this a more compelling feature, isn't it? And with the fact that, you know, Penny is actively letting animals suffer, and she's
and it's funny that even Trollop won't touch Penny Bunny shit. And Penny Bunny is embarrassed to share Trollop. Penny Bunny is embarrassed to share Katie. I find it very fucking funny that's how it is. What's one hell of a... Imagine me telling you behind the scenes, oh, I love it, what you're doing. And I'm not sharing any of your shit. You're not sharing any of mine. I mean, fuck. You can sign into my account. You can sign into my StreamYard. You can stream off all my channels at the same time, Tracy. Like, there's clearly me and you have something more than what they had. That's for sure.
Well, they can't trust each other as far as each other can throw them, because everything is constructed A, on hate bonding, and B, on lies and a desire to hurt other people. That's not going to work out. Nowhere on this planet is that going to work out. It's just not going to happen. For me, the reason this is getting particularly bad now, Penny was bad abusing the animals and doing her grifting and abusing people before she met up with this critter. But now they're together, look at them. And people should be concerned. I don't know how anyone would want to subscribe to someone like Penny.
Pay $5 to watch her get her nails done. It's unbelievable. But I am more pissed about what she does with the animals. Yes, it's the grift is part of it, but to be honest, I don't really care about her money. I really don't. I'm public, right? I don't care. I care about the animals that she's using to get the money. And I just care about the animals. You know, I think that's wrong. That's like taking a little infant baby and putting a mask on, a little breathing mask on him, or, you know, a little blue light on his toe or something, and having this story when there's nothing wrong with the baby, and you're just trying to get money because you're breaking people's fucking hearts. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. Those little animals, they deserve better than that. And honestly, if he's autistic, she's claiming she's autistic. How the fuck are they looking after an autistic kid? Their story's not adding up. Like, literally, like Forrest said, how the fuck can these two be autistic and they have an autistic kid, and somehow nobody's looking at this?
Yeah, it brings up the question of who's minding who, doesn't it?
Yeah, who's minding who? That's but we're all supposed to just shut our mouths and mind our business, like we didn't see nothing. You know, it comes a point where there's animals, but there's a fucking child that's being neglected every fucking day for 20 hours a day, completely neglected. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Is there not nobody? I think there is people, and I think people are just afraid to speak up because clearly there's a problem here. And it keeps going and going. And it's like Katie, like she thinks we're dumb. Like we don't know her kid disappeared. Her kid is not in that house. Penny already told us.
And the evidence of how she lives doesn't denote living with a kid, or the Christmas, no presents, nothing, right on Christmas Eve.
I still got those community posts if you want them of her with the empty Christmas tree, her living room. I still got all of those. I know they're not on her channel anymore, but I have all those fucking community posts.
See, what Penny is actually doing in this country is called a pecuniary advantage. It is where you procure money, pecuniary or goods. This is where the Amazon list becomes very important. A pecuniary advantage is where you gain money or rewards and goods under false pretenses. So in Penny's case, she's entitled to free medical stuff for her animals. The place she's shown herself driving to looks very much like to be the PDSA. The amount of time she told Tiffany it took her to get to the vets actually coincides with how far away the PDSA is, which is free. So she's taking money from people that she says is going to treat the animals. But as they are taking $50 from two people just in the segment we saw, they discuss some self-treatment. Can we clean that up ourselves, she says. Hang on, you've just been paid to go to the fucking vet. Can we clean that up ourselves? He then says we can try upping the dose. She then says that the eye is infected because he's too weak on his back legs to sit up and clean himself. That is bad. And then they have a discussion whereby it appears that this rabbit's been like this for 2 weeks, and the vet had told him, you have to bring her back. And she says, oh, do we have to go back? It costs 500. Grifting. These animals are suffering. You guys.
Yeah. Oh, there's one thing that they don't realize is like they go by names and stuff, but look at the names that are in our chat right now, and all of these people, they all love animals, whether they love dogs, cats and dogs, or just love animals in general. You know, they could be just an advocate for Save the Whales. They could be just all of these people. One thing I can say my entire chat has in common, and your chat, they all love animals. They all have a cat. It's crazy when you think about it, even myself included. Everybody that I know has an animal. Almost everybody in our chat. And some of them go by the name like Love Cat. NSC Lady is Cat. Like there's so many. Jane with her cat TT. Like there's so many fucking people that have fucking animals that it's amazing how many people on our side. We've got more people on our side that have animals than she does.
I think that when you go into a home, I always notice, you know, if there's no children or plants or animals, and there's not even a house plant, which you've got to water, and now and again you've got to repot it because it grows, and you've got to give it its correct place, you know, in lighting, and maybe bring it in when it's cold. That's like a caring for something. It may be a plant, but I always find when I see these houses where it's like all this stuff is around, but there's not an animal, there's not a plant, there's no sign of any kids, you know, everybody has something that they care for. If they're like that, what Penny's doing is not caring for animals. She's using the animals as a way of making money. And sadly, the best way to make money with animals is to tell people they're suffering. People will put their hands in the pocket. She knows this. It's bad. That's why
I mean, there's nobody that can watch a chat like that or a live stream and see a suffering animal, or even if you don't see it. If I'm just telling you the story, I have my cat is really sick. I don't have the vet bills. I got $120. They're telling me it's $650. I don't know what I'm gonna do. if you don't think I'm going to win the fucking heart of your audience by telling that story, then you don't know how people are with animals, because I'm going to get the money at the end of this fucking stream to pay for that animal. That's what's going to happen.
Yes,
it don't matter if 10 of these people have to chip in. I'm going to get to pay for my animal.
And he is absolutely right, because one day I was doing a stream and I decided to try and get a few subs for this dog place where he saves dogs from the rubbish tip. So I said, listen, this is very close to my heart. And I start playing this man going and getting dogs out of the bin place, you know, the tip. And then when I finished playing it, we're talking about it. And I said, all these suffering animals. It was Lycan's bunch. They all started to ask for my PayPal and said, where do you want the money? Trollop was like, we're not asking for money. We're not that kind of fucking channel. Because we weren't. And I was like, I don't want you. They assumed, because I went into, this poor dog and he's suffering, it can barely walk. They assumed I was looking for money.
Yep.
And I said, no, we're not looking for money. We haven't got a PayPal. What did you want about?
Yeah, but that just goes to show right there what I say is true. Because but my fear is what happens when they call people out for being poor. That was their biggest thing with Jane. She's poor. She lives here or there. And it's like, what if Jane today was her animal really was sick and fucking really needed money for the vet? I'm sure she would get it. But people like Penny Bunny doing these fucking online grifts with these animals, it makes other people want to close their fucking pockets up because they think, is this really another fucking story or what? Is this really true? You know? So that's what bugs me, because she gets this money and she don't need it. And I know there's people out there, not Jane, but there's people out there who really do need this money today for their fucking sick animal, and people are hesitant because of the things that people like Penny do.
There's other animals, rabbit sanctuaries too. Money given to her because these people are rabbit lovers or ill animal lovers. There are real places that really do that stuff that are not getting that income because Penny's getting it.
Yeah. Don't think that those fucking animal sanctuaries don't have a problem with what she's doing, because that literally is taking fucking food from their sanctuary to feed their animals that they're actually going to rehome one day. Because that's what a rescuer does. You know what I'm saying? That's what a rescuer is. It doesn't own these animals till the end of time. A rescuer gets the animal healthy again, gets it all his shots, and gets it to a new home. Penny sucks the life out of these animals and sucks the money out of people's pockets. And the money's not going to the animals. It's easy as that. Every time she goes to the vets, it's paid for by the government.
Yeah, that's sickening, and it is sickening. But also, the rabbit, if you look at her wish list for her child, for example, there's a lot of Star Treks which are collectibles. They're worth good money. They'll hold their money, and in the future, they may be worth something as a collection. Her husband is obsessed with that toy. Yet she claims that she's asking for those things for her son. These are two people who are trying to amass as much of a fortune, be it in goods or cash, and they're doing it under false pretenses because the rabbit is sick because she's made it sick. This is bad. And that is jailable. You can get jail for that one. That's it. It's pecuniary advantage. I think Penny thinks that she's not doing anything wrong, but I think that she'll find when the people who govern this and who rule what is all right and what isn't and what is false pretenses, I think she's going to find that they're going to have issue with a lot of the money she's been getting in, not just the benefits and the welfare that she's frauding, but the actual people who oversee the begging online for money, because it's a pecuniary advantage. It would be like me now saying to Glenn, my daughter is very sick and she's in Spain,
and if I don't get her home, she might not make it. Can you send me the airfare? I then take the money off him, and when he says, how's your daughter? I say, fuck off, you jerk. And he says, give me back my money. And I say, no. Glenn can do me for a pecuniary advantage, but the government can also do you too, Penny. It's coming, trust me.
Oh, not to mention the thousands of dollars she got at Christmas time by saying her father was fucking sick and had heart attacks and she had to go see him. She needed gas fare. She never ever fucking went. Never. To this day, Tracy, she never went to see her dad. So if he died tomorrow, are we all going to be over there? Boo-hoo, that's sad, Betty. You had a year to go visit him.
But we know
she chose not to.
We know that her and her dad don't have that kind of relationship because when Jack wasn't allowed to have a YouTube channel because of welfare for his safety by child protection, she said, now my father won't be able to see Jack. The only way her father was seeing Jack was on YouTube. So that's nice.
Yeah, but even without that YouTube channel, think about it. Clearly she could make as many videos as she wanted, put them on her channel, unlist it, and send her dad the link.
Yeah. It's just a grift, all of it.
Yep, all of it, every bit of it.
It's disgusting.
Including Lucy, her real life friend.
Love Cat, if the DWP, Department of Work and Pensions, deem that she has what they call an overpayment, they're very careful in their wording these days. They don't say fraud, they say an overpayment. Now, if then they look, because some people get an overpayment because they forgot to do something or they forgot to tell something. This is not that. This is a continual grift. What will happen is they'll tot up what she shouldn't have had and what she has had. They'll then call her into an interview, a bit like a police station with a recording. She'll sit there and they will have a fucking file and they'll just fire questions at her of, you claimed this year, you have this year was in your bank. They know everything by then. By the time they pull you in, they already got you. And then they will say, right, have you got anything to say? She'll then either cough up or deny. They'll then take it to their own CPS because this government, they got their own prosecutors. It goes upstairs and they say, what's the chances? Have a look at this. And if they think it's egregious, and by that it's a lot of money and a total piss take, they're going to do you because they want to make advantage of you for other people. Because often when there's a big benefit fraud case, the numbers in claimants go down over the following weeks because people panic and they start closing their claims. So a married couple pretending to be single will suddenly admit, oh, right, yeah, we want to claim together because they go into panic. They watch the numbers come down, so they use it as a deterrent. Now, if she gets prosecuted for it, the judge will make her pay it all back. If she has goods, that car out the back garden would be a target. If they're going to bring the bailiffs in, the bailiffs are going to eyeball. They'll know all about them figurines of the Lego and things. It'll be gone. It's the only thing they have to leave her is they can't take the sofa because she needs it to sit on. They can't take the TV because she got the kid, and they can't take a table and chairs because when you got a kid. But any things like Xboxes, any luxuries, is gone. The car.
I want to say too about in the last day, everybody has now knows that Bruce Sees All, who was an enemy of Penny's, had died. He did, like, unexpectedly. Like, he was only 49 years old. I listened to his brother's live stream just yesterday, and it's horrific, man. And there's so many people who didn't know him from my channel had said, hey, look, sorry, rest in peace, buddy. You know what I mean? They didn't know the situation, but just a month ago, Bruce was still at Penny, you know, and there's Penny sitting over there smirking about it. She thinks it's fucking great. You know what I mean? Like,
that's when somebody dies before it's a good number, you know, a fair number. You know, there was, when I was having the cancer treatment, there was a woman called Sarah Harding.
And at 34 for the love of God, I was like in 50s, she had been diagnosed as terminal. She was dead like within a couple of months, and you think, fucking hell, that ain't fair.
Well, Bruce was just in the UFO community, and he had like 100,000 subs. And back in the day, in say 2019, Penny Bunny and her husband Al were both members at Bruce's channel. And what happened was she became a moderator and started thinking she was going to take over and stuff. And she stole a lot of his subs and all this fucking shit. And he ended up having enough, saying, fuck, take your memberships and fuck off. And then fucking all hell broke loose between them all, and it has been for years. And he started BitChute channels about her. He fucking he watched my videos. He liked Penny Bunny OnlyFans. He shared us out a few times. You know what I'm saying? But his channel wasn't a drama channel. But she was so attacking him and had all these other channels attacking him that he felt the need to fight back. Bruce was the type of person, he would fight with the trolls. He really would. He didn't want to, though. He really didn't. He'd prefer to do fucking you had to try to take his name and shame it for him to want to fight you back. Most times he stayed his eyes on the prize. He liked doing his UFO. He did great. He had big fucking telescopes, Tracy, big round fucking huge telescopes where he would zoom in on the moon. Some of the nicest fucking moon videos that are out there came from his channel. Like, he did great coverage on shit. And Penny Bunny tried to fucking ride him for subs and tried to take over his chat and stuff, her and Al, and it never worked. He knew what she was about, and he kicked her, and she never forgave him for that, even today when he's not even here. Which is sad. Which is sad, because even if me and you was fighting, I would like to think if I fucking died tomorrow, you would say, wow, he was young. That was, fuck. Sad. He's still, no matter what, I still got kids and a family and shit, and so does Bruce.
I was on good terms with Chang when I thought he went. I sobbed. I remember me, Natasha, Gam all crying on the Skype, saying, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then we went stupidly going looking at his old videos and made us all cry again. It was terrible. It's horrible. And we weren't even friends with him. We had been friends, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I never wished death on Katie. Katie says, "Oh, she wished me dead." Go and get me a fucking audio of me saying that. You won't find it. But
I always remember you saying you hope she lives to be 110.
Yeah, I do. And I hope every fucking minute of it is as miserable as it is, and it has been. I wish you nothing but unhappiness. That's it. I've never wished anyone ill or fucking dead. I've come close, mind lately, with Katie, the shit she's coming up with, this labeling a man a rapist. That's a dangerous accusation. There's Penny encouraging it, feeding it. She's sharing it. She's sharing stuff behind the scenes and then thanking them for the attacks, making it pretty blatant. Well, we knew it come from Penny anyway. These are despicable people. And if, she doesn't care about people and she don't care about animals, there's no redeeming feature in Penny at all. And there's no redeeming feature in Katie. They coagulated together like flies to shit. That's
I've now got thousands of that fucking cunt's fucking screenshots now, and I got lots of hours of recordings of her in chats, like bullshit chats, and I'm uploading it all to my fucking archives. You know what I mean? Every fucking thing. Be thousands and thousands of fucking screenshots, so people can go and pick and choose whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? But Penny's been under 24-hour surveillance now since we fucking split, and what an abundance of shit I've accumulated. I've not even played any of it yet, like at all. I know what it is. I know exactly. I know where I got all this shit, but I've not played any of it. But it's going on that archives, and it will be there forever.
You see, the reason I've come out swinging again today, because I was going to let it ride. I'm not stupid. I knew that she had not produced the audio that kicked it all off, but I'm glad she kicked it all off, so it don't really disturb me too much. But when then I listened to that video where she's attacking Tiffany and she keeps saying, and Tracy co-signs this, and Tracy co-signs this, and you've got Glenn and Tracy running around. I wasn't saying fuck all to you, you fat rat. We were talking about your pal Penny.
Where's Penny
Yeah.
defending you, Katie? I don't see it. Fucking Frank's had a guts for you. Forrest's had a guts for you. You're just a useful idiot to Trollop. That's it. Carry on. At ease, soldier. You know, you make it. Your aphasia only kicks in, and people could hear it in my stream. You were perfectly capable of shouting and calling Tiffany a slag and shit. But when Tiffany, you were being held accountable and asked for the audio, suddenly your aphasia kicked in. That's why people don't believe about the stroke. Well, yeah, you had some episode, but you use it and you put it on, and it's very convenient now. You use it as another tool to get away with shit.
I still say there's a fine line between believe and care, and I just tell her right straight up, I don't care. I don't care if it was real. She had a second chance, and look what she's doing with it. I don't care. If she don't care about her health, why should I?
Listen,
if she was doing things to better herself, I'd wish her luck, like I did in the beginning when I was 3 Can Keep a Secret. I said, hey, don't worry about this shit. Just go carry on. Do your best, you know?
Yeah, but she doesn't care that only that Yaxley's very popular in his neck of the woods, and he got loads of pals and people know him, and the fact that you can see that I had those turns not just in London. It's not, you know, that was just a sad fact that that's what happened when I went to London, but it wasn't a one-off thing. She don't care that what she could call Yaxley, if people did believe it. What if Yaxley was some weird dude in his community and it suited somebody like Trollop to run with it in real life? Katie don't care about that. Katie doesn't care that the last time she ridiculed someone for sexual abuse was when someone ended up committing suicide. She don't care about that. 1 minute, carry on, Claire.
Yeah. Well, this is a fucking game to Trollop, you know what I mean? But it's not, I know for a fact it's not a game to Joel. I know that. I know he values that name. And that's what he fails to realize. I got no reason to lie to him. If I tell him I got the capability to drop 1,000 fucking vids under Joel Belvacchia, I can do that. The question is, do you want me to do that? I mean, I really don't want to. But it's possible, Trollop. It really is, dude. It really is. You need to think about what you're doing. And not only think about what you're doing, but, you know, think about what you're doing this for. Is it worth it? I don't know. Ask yourself that sometimes from time to time, dude. Nobody here's labeling him a rapist and all this fucking shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying that shit. But 2 can play that game, you know?
Yeah, well, you know, it's back to poke the bear enough or the monkey. The monkey's going to grab the stick and poke it up your ass. That's what's, you know, that's life. Nobody's just going to sit around and take that shit. So, yeah, I just wanted to, online for me today was to re-prompt Katie to remember that she needs to produce that audio. And that this all did start with Katie. When Trollop says Katie did nothing to you, oh yeah, she did. She fueled the fucking flames of this with that bit of bullshit. Because up until that moment, Trollop, you were friends with Yaxley. You both had private chat where you talked politics because you knew I didn't like it. Why didn't you ever mention before and say, hey, I think this, and I want nothing to do with him. I think he's a sexual criminal. Why didn't you say that? Why did you only say it after Katie said there was audio? Don't worry about.
Yeah, but even still, even if he didn't say I'm gonna go after Yaxley, at that point, if he really believed that, why didn't he say to you privately, listen, I'm gonna slowly distance myself from him. This is my opinion. This is what I think of him. Yeah, you can't change my mind. Listen, I don't want to do anything publicly. I don't want to I'm distancing myself from him. I still want to be friends with you, Tracy, but between me and you, I got to get away from him. No. That would have been, then you would have actually believed that he believed what he was saying, but he played along the whole time. He never fucking pulled this shit out until it was fucking very convenient for him and Katie. Never. And that's when that's the first time anybody's ever heard this story of Yaxley and fucking and Scotty. Nobody's heard this before. Nobody. I've pressured Tiffany. I said, what is she talking about?
Yeah, no, and it's fucking wrong. These are not lies like, oh, she was talking shit behind your back. These are serious lies. And you got Penny saying, oh, thank you, Trollop. Thank you what for, Penny? What are you getting out of it? Does it make you giggle? Does it make you warm? Are you still bent out of shape that the last two men you fucked with online binned you because Forrest binned you? You were crying with your big red hooter. And Tacone binned you. Don't matter what you say, Tacone binned you. Went off and got another woman. You're the one scorned.
And we're taking Forrest all the way to the UK. First chance we get.
You imagine what Forrest, the conversations him and Penny had.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
She tried to frame him and drew penises on her. Oh, she photoshopped a penis onto her child and said, I know that's Forrest's penis. Well, first of all, how did you get a picture of his penis? And second of all, who believes Forrest is stupid enough to do that? She's also named 3 other people for the same image.
Yep. No, 3 people that you know. Believe me, I'm in contact with people from the UK. Those same images, she blamed more than 3. More than 3, Tracy. 3 that you know of. Honestly, I can't even think of all their names. There's so many of them. There's a guy named Tramadol. Yeah. She blamed him. There's so many of them, Tracy. No shit. One day I'll bring somebody on panel that knows the background. There's at least 5 more that you don't know about that got blamed for those pictures.
But that's like Katie with they tried to sell my children to pedophiles on Craigslist. She said it was me and Boohoo. Me, a gam, Boohoo. She's multiple people. She's always at it. She can't help herself. That's her go-to winning thing. Penny's clearly got more in common with Katie than I first thought.
Yeah, that's her go-to every time. That's the problem with her. That's the problem with Penny. That's the problem with what's true. That's what they all have in common. It's the same thing. Anybody who says anything against them, it could be anything. Ah, fuck, man, they got a dirty backyard. Oh, you attacked my child.
Yeah.
Any of them. That's what they do. And one thing about that I know about you, I know this. There's no matter whatever happened, I know that you would never fucking do something to my family unless I did something to your family. That I know.
And because we both are of the same song sheet, it's not going to happen. It'll never arise because we both got the same head on it.
No fucking way. And I would never participate with anybody else who was doing that to you, or to anybody else, Not just Tracy, to anybody else. I'm not a fuck about that. I don't want no part of it. I can't control what people do, but I can control when I up and out myself out of a group and say, see y'all later. I can control.
See, what I think happened out there, people, is there's a lady here who Penny became very friends with, and that lady's son and her grandparent actually did end up with a dick drawn next to their mouth. Now, this dick in question, penis, was a drawing with a pen on an image of the child and later the grandparent. That actually happened. Years later, she makes friends with Penny. And Penny then begins an affair with the person she knows is the person that is said to have done that, okay? So what happens is she goes one better. She traces the outline of his penis, cuts it in some photo editing place, and sticks that on her kid's face. She then tells Glenn, I know for a fact it's Forrest. Now, the only way she could know that is if she knew his penis. That's number 1. But number 2, Forrest is not that stupid. I've known Forrest now for fucking 11 years, and he ain't that dumb, and he wouldn't do it. It's not his style. So
I don't believe that.
When he dumped her, I believe she'd set him up with that, and then you hear she sets other people. I think now she's got that image, it'll now be a useful tool forevermore, like Katie with the you sold my kids on Craigslist, you stalked my kids, you did this, you did that.
She's fucking disgusting. She really is disgusting. And when I think about it, for when it like obviously she sent Forrest fucking pictures and videos. He sent her pictures and videos. If he was to do some fucking crazy shit, this dude or no other dude, I'm sorry, but nobody would put their own Photoshop their own fucking dick onto a child. Like, there's no way. There is no fucking way somebody would be that stupid, especially somebody that's been a troll as long as Forrest. He would never do that. He's not stupid. He's not that he's not. It would never happen. He knows the seriousness of that. Can you imagine going to jail for that? He would never cross that line in a million years. And it's not even the fact of going to jail. He just wouldn't do that. He would that wouldn't cross a normal person's mind.
Gonna do it, and he knew the person had seen his penis, he'd be more likely to go and get a random Google image. It makes no sense. That would be suicide. On every level you look at it, there's no way it can be true. It just doesn't roll. It's not rolling like a river. It don't make no sense. It keeps stopping. She blames Malibu. For fuck's sake. Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, everybody. And the funniest thing is, even when that was going down, I never really believed that. I really didn't because, well, for the reason I never believed it is Malibu cannot edit. Okay? She cannot fucking edit. And at one point, Malibu said about Betty Washam how she said, I did draw a peen on her. And I'm like, you did ya? And then somebody showed me what she actually did. And what she did was, okay, you know how Malibu makes these fucked up screenshots where she'll circle things and then she'll write this stuff all in red. It looks like crayon. And that's what she did to Betty Washam. She had a picture of Betty Washam standing and she drew a fucking like a bulge coming out between her legs, like with there was no Photoshop. Like what Penny was presenting was actual Photoshop. Like that's like manufacturing CP, and then uploading it is distributing it.
She clearly took the picture that they had exchanged when they were exchanging muff and bull shots with each other, and she clearly did it to frame him, because she then said, I recognize his penis. Well, why don't you go and tell the fucking sheriff of his town that, Penny? I'm sure he'll pull fucking Forrest, and then he can get his penis out and they can compare it, because when Michael Jackson was accused, he had to show his penis because the kid
the craziest shit is for her to say she recognizes his penis. I just think, Forrest, buddy, you must got some unique fucking rod, dude. I mean, if all the people in America and all the people in the world, she could just look at a dick pic and be like, that's Forrest. It must be pretty fucking unique, dude. You must got one hell of a shaft on you, bro. You really must.
Listen, these girls, they're gagging for it with Forrest, and then when they find that he's not easy to manipulate, he's quite wise, and he'll easy snap if he keeps thinking you're taking the piss. And that's exactly what happened. He saw through Penny. She was telling him lies, saying that she wasn't speaking to Tiffany, but it was evidence that she was. And then in spite, she took his private parts and put them on her son because she wanted to paint him as a demon. Why?
Tier 5, he says it curves to the right, he heard. I think we'll have fun whenever it happens. I don't know when, but Forrest had hit me up this morning, within 4 hours ago. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're all going to hook up one day. I don't know when. I'm busy working. There's 8 hours between us. Forrest has a full-time job. It is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun when it does.
Yeah, and I'm now at my garden. It's not the best. I let it go. So, but it's half decent. There's a last bit of weather. Like now it's raining. As I say that, there's a last bit of weather, but there will be a few more nice days. So I'm going to be making the most of that. I will be about. Last night we played this drinking game, and you drop a counter behind the thing, like like a coin drop, and then whichever one you drink, which your coin landed, you had to drink the shot. Oh my God, Jesus, that's why I
Yeah,
won.
I've been no good. Do you know what's funny? I worked in the fucking sun yesterday. You seen that deck I was doing, and I got off work and I said to myself, "Well, I haven't drank in 4 years, right?" So I was craving a fucking cold beer. So
Yeah,
I went to the beers. I went to the beer store and bought zero beer. Like that's like there's no alcohol in
and
it.
the
But I
alcohol,
come home and I drank four of them, and man, oh man, did they ever taste fucking good to
yeah.
me? I tell you that. Four of those cold beer in the fucking shower, man, I slept like a log.
I like lager shandy. I do. Half lager and half lemonade.
Oh, I don't do no alcohol because I'm crazy. If I drank four actual beer, like even no matter what, I would be back to the beer. I'd go buy two for. I'd be fucking drunk.
I socially drink now and again on a birthday. Yesterday was a birthday. It's very rare for me. I rather a game of bingo. How sad is that? But I do. I'd rather that for a good old game of bingo, being with the chance of winning 50k as if.
I
So
just haven't had a fucking like an actual drink in 4 years, and honestly, I don't regret it. If I did, I'd go get a bottle. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I crave a beer. I don't crave the alcohol. I don't want to get drunk. I don't even want to get a buzz. I just want on a hot day. I want a cold beer, and that must tell you. I must obviously like fucking beer. It'd be like me giving you weed with no THC in it. You must really want to just taste the puff. You just must want to taste the weed.
well, that stuff in Greece, it relaxed me, and it gave me a like a semi-sedation buzz, but it wasn't giving me the other things. It wasn't giving me the munchie. It gave me the dry mouth mind, something chronic, but that might have been the fact that it was like 97 degrees and I'm stuck out basking in the heat. There was something lacking in it. I wasn't able to go to sleep still, if you remember. I was still up till 4 or 5 in the morning. There was something
Yeah,
lacking in it. But
choked
it,
you up too.
listen, next time I go hunting real stuff. But funny enough, yesterday I sat there and one of the girls popped up and said, "Listen, are you ready to do another holiday?" So I said, "I can't this year. I definitely can't. I've been getting people out of debt and things." So she said, "Well, let's do the same holiday next year and sync up." So I've already booked. I'm off. We're going August the 6th. Me and only one of them this time. We fly from different airports. We met on holiday about 10 years ago. There was about four of us. Three of us holiday often and sync our holidays together. And now one of us are going to do it, just do the same holiday. I make friends with now. That's a different thing. When I'm on holiday, I'm not, and I speak to people in real life. I'm not speaking about this shit. I wouldn't even dream of it. There are people who do know this side. The people I live around. Of course, they know. I had to tell them, listen, you might get weird messages accusing me being a swinger. Here's the picture they claimed it. Nice legs, Trace.
Yeah, she looked kind of pale. I seen the picture you're talking to. She looked kind of pale, Tracy. She looked kind of pale, that one.
She only looked about 19. I was in my 40s. But if you want to say that's me, feel free. She had a firm buttocks. I'm happy. You're doing my
Yeah.
reputation great. People think,
Well,
fucking that's her at
it,
40.
it,
Wow.
it's kind of funny because all the fucking pictures and shit that Katie was accused of before, it's like, look at what you should have fucking claimed one of them because look at what you're stuck with now.
Yeah.
The rehab pick.
Yeah. But thankfully, I think she's getting the message that we're not falling for the repaste. The last one was that teeth one, which was insane. But even Forrest is calling her out for it.
Yeah.
I'd be embarrassed to, if me and you, and like she says, she meets Frank and they're best friends and all of this shit. Frank knows what she looks like. I wonder what he makes of these images she's posting up. I'd feel ridiculous. I'd feel stupid. Absolutely stupid. But, you know, if that's their buzz and the cut of their jib, I was hoping Forrest. I think Forrest is sub to me. I did try to reach out to him on Facebook, but he hasn't got access to, it says Forrest cannot receive messages. I'll try one more time. Jameson can't access his chat yet, it says. So I have liked a couple of his posts because you can't comment.
Once you get him in comments, hit him in comments and tell him that.
Well, what I've done is I've liked some of his Facebook posts using my real Facebook. He will know, oh, Tracy's poking around liking my stuff. He'll kind of know that I'm trying to get his attention. And hopefully he'll come over, because I've spoke to Forrest on all of his Facebooks. That's how I know his Facebooks. But hopefully, because he knows about the pair of them. And the worst thing for those people is, when you've crossed Penny, you now will have her feeding Katie to do your dirty work. And Katie's a low trifling hoe, will do anything. She'll accuse you of rapes and any kind of shit. And selling their kids on Craigslist, and then they're doing it for each other. They've also got a third wheel called Trollop, who's doing bidding of the both of them. So, you know.
Well, nobody's trying to separate the fucking weirdos. I want to keep them together.
Definitely. Well, he is. Look, these you know, Penny went to comb dumped him. You saw what she did. And then when Forrest dumped her, she drew pictures of things on her kid's face.
She's in the fucking transcript. It's on my community tab. She said, I want to put his face on a list, his name on a list.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
If I even get a hint from Forrest that they're trifling around like that and there's any of that skullduggery, I'm already locked and loaded. I will do what I did the last time, Katie, when I contacted the district attorney and his local law enforcement. I sent him screenshots of all the things you were saying, audio of you threatening him whilst talking shit and poking at him, and I'll do the same to the fucking pair of you. I will preempt it. Those police will be ready for your contact, and they will already have an idea of what you're doing, Penny, with your fucking penises on faces. Because I know Forrest didn't do that. I know he wouldn't. I don't even think he knows he's been accused of it yet. That's where me and Glenn come in.
There was a little bit of he knows that what. Yeah, no, I've tagged him before with this stuff. I let him know. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But at that time, Katie was still selling the penny purse, wasn't it? But, you know, this is Tiffany, this is Tiffany.
Yeah, that was when they were kind of falling out. That was I think he's definitely privy to what's going on now at this particular moment, for sure, 100%. And like
where he was only reliant on what Katie was telling him, wasn't there? There was a moment.
Yeah, it was like, you don't need to watch it, I'll report it to you. And I think now he's watched it for himself. I think that transcript, he actually probably took the time and read through it, even if it was a browse. But he would have seen the stuff, and he knows that why would we make this up anyway? But two, I don't have no beef with Forrest, and nobody in that group was going after him except for fucking Penny. And that's the opposite story as to what Katie was telling him the whole time.
Yeah, and I've told him consistently, even when him and Penny were messing about, every time he's attacked me, I've said, Forrest, I understand, I get it totally. Feel free, knock yourself out. Don't go push too much, but, you know, that's free. I understand. I find the pair of them absolutely disgusting. Look at the things they've got in common. They both have no empathy or mercy. Look how she is. She won't say one good word about that man who's just passed because he upset. Nope. Whereas even if, you know, say now me and you fell out and then you died, I'd have to say something positive and say, Dad, he didn't, you know, and he was all right. He was a funny fucker. I would say something nice. You know, it would. because I remember the fun times.
That's normal. That's normal people, Tracy. That's what normal people like. Fucking come on. That's what normal people would do. You could fucking hate somebody, can't stand them, but it's you still would think, well, fuck, that's a shame he's got a kid, or hey, something's got to touch you and say, fuck, you know, that's too bad, you know, like something. But Penny, they don't have that. They don't. Penny would be like, well, he never made up with me. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be that way. It's just not me.
You expect everybody to empathize and sympathize. They don't just expect it. If they don't get it, you will be punished. When Shizzle just refused to believe her and get joined in and said, I'm not interested, she started labeling him as a pedo supporter. These people, they're fucking dangerous. They're using the worst thing you can accuse people of, rape, pedophilia, and meanwhile, she's torturing these animals so that she can present them to people that they will tug on certain heartstrings and therefore their purse strings. This is fucking disgusting. It is absolute. Do you know I've been focused on it all week? It's really pissed me off, the rabbit thing.
I'm going to tell you though, when it comes to her, I will tell you this: if you're trying to stay fucking focused on Katie, try and do that, because the more you look at Penny, the more you'll become annoyed. I can tell you that right now. The more you look at Penny, the more you'll become annoyed.
Had Katie not been mentioning me this morning, I was totally focused on Penny all week. I've been seeing what can be done about her shenanigans. And I've been looking into it. And that's when I came up with I was told, listen, she's taking a pecuniary advantage. This is what you need to look at. And this is what you need to report. She's taking a pecuniary advantage. And there are the animal welfare issues. It's fucking disgusting. You know, and while we're talking right now, there are rabbits in unfit conditions. The ones that have got liberty are hopping around in an unsafe environment. There's litter everywhere. There's fucking shit everywhere. There's
even when you think about it though, look at Katie. The amount of time she spends watching our every move, and we know she does. The amount of time she spends putting together premieres and community posts and thumbsing up her own shit with her own accounts. Is that die slow, bitch? You're dying slow. That's all I can tell you, because what you're doing, only you give a fuck. And by you, every time you hit that thumbs up button on your own shit, Katie, that's how many people don't give a fuck, bitch. Nobody cares about your shit, cunt. Nobody.
Listen,
how big is her fucking ego to do that? Like, think about, I can't even imagine sitting there. Like I've told you, I've made funny community polls, like whose legs are sexier, Penny's or Katie's? And I'll admit, I'll take fucking 80 accounts and fuck with that poll because it's funny. But I ain't trying to convince anybody of anything. I ain't trying to convince anybody of anything. I would never take my fucking accounts and go thumbs up my post or your post or fucking anybody else's for that matter. It really don't matter. I like to see how it fucking weighs out on its own organically, not her. It makes her feel good to look at 60 thumbs up in 1 hour with only 2 comments. She thinks she won something. Like, what a twat. The fucking video she's promoting only has 64 views, but yet it has 54 fucking thumbs up, and they're all by her. The fat cunt. Like, how fucked up is your ego, Katie? Like, fuck, man.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting how even now to this day, they tried to throw Tiffany in as Tiffany saying least than any of us. Me and you were the most vocal, and Tiffany gets called out the most. She's mad. See, when I'm angry that something's said, I'm angry with the person that said it, not some unrelated person just because I think, oh, I'll drag them. You know, she's disgusting. And she ain't changed. People may say, you know, people who look in and don't understand may say, oh, but you're calling people about you're calling people out because they have a stroke. and she can't help that. That's not actually what's going on here. This is somebody, Penny's sidekick, Penny's buddy, and Penny was actually. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'm trying
Penny
to
was one of the one. Yeah,
Penny was a moderator.
Penny was one of the ones who called her out.
Yeah, but Penny was a moderator on this channel when this was going on. This is the woman who Penny and Katie are playing that, oh, she's a victim because she's had a stroke and people are making fun of her. This is her just a couple of months before her supposed stroke.
Because it's called the I Hate Katie and Agent 19 support group over on Tracy's channel. They sit around and they sit there and they tell these extravagant stories about how wrong they've been, how butthurt they are, and how they're all big victims. Like, I'm going to show you guys here on the internet where Katie hurt me and where H19 hurt me, and they're just terrible people.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, if they want to come over here and bring it to me, be like, I'm going to show you where Agent 19 hurt me. I was like, I'd be like, get over it. Good. I hope I caused you extreme emotional pain.
I do too. I do too. There's more to come.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking bad. Yeah, and I'll say this again. As far as Mary's brain injury, I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? I don't fucking know you, Terry. And I don't fucking care. You know what I know you as? You know what I know of you? You're some fucking stupid bitch who fucking attacks me online because Tracy wants you to. And because you're a fucking lonely, miserable fucking whore. I don't give a shit. What's wrong with your fucking brain? This is what I know. You're a lonely, miserable fucking whore who spends every waking hour of every day trying to make everyone else as miserable and as lonely as you are. And I don't give a fuck why.
Bingo.
Right? I don't give a fuck why. I don't care why you're fucking stupid. All I can say is you're fucking stupid.
And that's why I do not cut her any slack. The same woman you just heard when I had cancer at the lymph nodes in the breast was saying she wasn't just wishing me dead, was she, Glenn? She was describing in graphic detail how she imagined my death would be and how she was going to be celebrating and how she was going to take my kids' names for a ride when I was dead. I ain't got no sympathy for that, none whatsoever. And now
there was something else too. She wanted you to like choke on your vomit and fucking your phlegm and fucking die on the. Yeah, she's fucking sick, man. She's fucking sick. And then about the stroke, which you didn't even have a stroke, fucking crazily enough. You had cancer, and yeah, she made fun of your boobs and this and that. But she was making fun of you about a stroke when you didn't even have a stroke, and she was saying, "What do you got a wonk eye?" and shit like that. And then it turns out she had a stroke. Huh.
Yeah. She was saying you got a wonk eye, and you look like something out the hills that got eyes. What's the matter with you? Have you had a stroke? And 3 weeks later, she has a stroke. What does she do? She comes to me and cries, telling me she's got a stroke. What do I do? Stop fighting with her. And
then she sends voice notes to Penny, stuttering like crazy, explaining her stroke to Penny. Penny shares her voice notes with someone else and laughs her fucking ass off about it.
I actually down the walls and defended her for a wee while there. Didn't I?
Well, I don't hold it against you. I don't.
No,
I don't.
I lost a lot of. Hey, you know, when I defended Katie, I noticed the people who disappeared from my chat. I know the ones who were gone, and I don't blame them one little bit. I totally understand why they would say, "Fuck this channel. What the hell is going on? How can you defend her?"
Well, I
think me and you will be friends now forever. But I know one thing: that fat fucking cunt will never come between us again. I know that much. That's a fact.
I wasn't defending Katie's past or history. I was saying if she's in a vulnerable position where she can't adequately defend herself, it's wrong to attack her. But as soon as she became better and she was attacking everybody, well then, to me, I'm not going to defend you. I'm not going to keep saying leave her alone. She's had a stroke. If you're attacking her, that's not fair. That's playing with loaded dice, man. I can attack you, but you can't attack me back because I've had a stroke. Get the fuck out of here.
I think it's fucking funny. 6 hours ago, Tiff was live talking about, I don't even know who the fuck she was talking about, and she had 108 people in the box. No joke. Was she presenting anything? She played a couple voice notes. They're all there watching Tiffany in her avatar picture. That's it. They'll never have Penny and Katie combined will never be Tiffany, and that troubles them badly. It really does, because no matter what, Tiffany is funny and she's pretty, and they ain't funny or pretty.
And she's articulate, isn't you? When you have her on a channel to talk about things, what she inputs is good. She's not just sat there saying, she's an idiot. She actually...
You know what's funny when it comes to Tiffany? I swear I can watch her literally do anything. Whether she's pouring fucking paint in her garage, if she's uploading fucking groundhog videos in her backyard, or if she's building fucking lawn furniture, or changing the wax seal in her fucking toilet. It's crazy, but she can multitask many things, and no matter what she does, she catches a fucking audience, and they don't.
Well,
Tiffany's never been accused of buying subscribers. That's for fucking sure. People want to watch her for whatever reason, whether they want to watch her to fucking make fun of her or they want to watch her because they like her. Either way, I don't think Tiffany really cares because she actually does have a sense of humor. Once you know Tiffany, you can actually make fun of her and she's fine with that. As long as you're not like making things personal. Tiffany has a great sense of humor. I laugh at her all the time, like at her. And she doesn't care.
Tiffany could actually do it. Tiffany could actually do a proper debate about narcissism. She could actually do serious, heavy topics that are not troll based. There's more than one string to her bow, isn't there, with Tiffany? She could actually do a whole stream talking about something and actually be no trolling, and people will listen because she's very articulate. She's good at I like her thoughts when she says it. Before now, when I used to be pals for the first time round, I'd tell her what I was trying to say, and then she'd repeat it back to me even better, and I'd say, listen, will you come on my panel and explain that, because she's better at it than me.
She's well spoken. She really, I don't know what fucking education level she has. I have no idea, but I know one thing: she's very, very well spoken, and she's soft spoken, so it makes you want to listen to her. I know she jokes and shit about her slut whisper voice and shit, and it's funny, right? But really, she is easy to listen to.
Yeah. And she's interesting. Her opinions are very thoughtful. If you ask her an opinion, she doesn't just spit out, oh no, he's a wanker. She actually will take on board what you said and tell you why you think she thinks what she thinks, and you get it. You think, yeah, that's how I feel, but you just said it better than me. No, she's good. I told her before, I said, you should get away from here and you should do a narcissism channel helping people deal with narcissists, because she is bang on. The articulation with Tiffany is spot on. People would gravitate towards her. Sadly, she's got a lot of haters, and they're gonna.
I don't. Do you know what's funny though? The haters don't really know what to do when she does do other things such as paint pouring and that type of stuff. They really don't know what to do, because no matter what she does, she's still got an audience, and that says something. I mean, I can't change my channel. The people watch me because I'm a troll and I do drama. If I started fucking, I don't know, just uploading fucking work videos of me painting apartments and painting decks and shit like that, and my fucking views are gonna drop, dude. I'm going to fucking 30 views, if that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
And Tiffany's also somebody very easy to attack because Tiffany, the name Tiffany gets a lot of traction, be it her haters or her fans. So you know, if you look at some people, not naming them, they might get 60 views on a video where they're rambling about something. The minute they bring Tiffany into it, those views will triple. So
why do you think I laugh so much when Penny says I'm just using her for content? Okay, if people want to believe that, then okay, believe that. But if I was going to use somebody for content, wouldn't it have been Tiffany? Like seriously, like because my audience, what I get, I think the biggest stream we had with the most in the box was like 65, and that was the other day on my YouTube streamer news account. But honestly, if I really wanted to double my audience and use somebody as fucking, I would have used Tiffany. She would have been perfect. It would doubled my audience. You could start a brand new channel tomorrow and have a flashlight emoji, and you're gonna have 100 people watching you if it's about Tiffany.
Subscribe to you immediately.
What makes Penny think I'm using her for fucking fame? She's fucking delusional. She is fucking delusional.
Yeah, but the other thing is, you know, prior to knowing this, somebody dropped me the animal abuse stuff, and then I got an interest because, you know, my thing is animals. That's my main buzz, is the animals. So when I always knew what she was, and I knew what she did for people with Dacone and other people, and the havoc she's wreaked. And I knew she was conning money against the DWP. But when I actually started to watch her interacting with the animals, it actually gripped me mad, made me mad. Like, you know, like when I'm on with my fox hunting buddies who they protest the fox hunting, it made my blood boil a little bit, and I started to feel it coming. And I've spent all week on it, trust me, not just YouTube. I've been doing other things behind the scenes, but it actually made me sickened. And when you then put those two together, Penny and Katie, they're going at Tiffany hardcore. Tiffany, meanwhile, saying nothing. Me and you were calling them out. Why didn't Penny make a stream and say, I want to reassure you all, I'm not at the PDSA. Here's where your money's spent. I'm showing you a screen now. Here's the vet bills. Here's this. Here's the rabbit now in good health. Look at the eyes. Lovely, lovely, shiny, brighty. Why don't you just rebut this? Why instead is she egging Forrest?
She can't do that. She can't do that.
She can't do that. So instead, behind the scenes, to try and silence me and you, they're getting Trollop to make videos, making out that I've been raped with someone I'm going to pal with. There's people in the comments being hearted up who were saying if she didn't report it, she must have enjoyed it. What the actual fuck? There's Penny saying thank you for posting this. Meanwhile, if I was in her shoes and I wasn't doing the things she said that we're saying she's doing, I wouldn't be over there encouraging that shit.
Well, then also, if you go look at Amy Eureka's page, she posted deleted comments from Trollop. He deleted Amy Eureka because she's not saying what he wants.
I liked the post. I liked the post earlier. I was a bit groggy. I couldn't string together a comment, but I did like the post. Look, now what we've got now is because Penny knows that there's people like me and Glenn, and there's, you know, it's getting a bit of traction. We're pointing out what she's getting up to. Now what she's doing, she's trying to get it so that me and Glenn are attacked. Glenn is being accused of, I don't know quite what, but some kind of sexual abuse of his brother or some kind of an abuse.
Allegedly.
Yeah, this is fucking wrong. And then Penny is all behind it. And all this stuff started because we called Penny out. Penny now is manipulating for you British people. She's got this fucking pair of weirdos. She's got the Trollop one, which is a person I was friends with for 5 years. They told me they were a woman. I believed they was a woman. I treated them like a woman. I shared things with them like a woman. And about 3 years in, about 2.5, I think, our conversation shifted, and I realized this might not be well. People were saying Trollop's a man, and then when some of the conversations that we had, I thought, well, I've been friends with a lot of women, but I've never heard nothing like this. Doesn't seem like a woman. And in the end, I treated Trollop like a man behind the scenes. I called him Daddy, and he responded, because that was my way of, without saying it, okay, I know you're a man, and still calling him Daddy.
But you even said, I think maybe you didn't, but did you not say that you'd like Trollop better as a man than a woman?
I did. When I thought he was a man, and we started getting to be really, because I'm a man's woman, men more like my humour than women, because I have got a potty mouth. I'm quite strong opinions. There are a lot of women who shrink away from a woman like me, but men tend to like that bawdiness. I'm one of the boys, if you like, on a pub night. So, yeah, I preferred Trollop, and I started to think how I had very strong friend feelings for Trollop. When it parted, I went into like heartbreak. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep for a couple of days. I kept thinking about our friendship, kept looking at our chats, looking at old videos, and then he started up this shit. And I thought, hang on a minute, what the fuck? So, and then I see Penny in there, and all I'm doing is calling Penny out. Penny can easily say that I'm lying. She can easily do a stream. She could easily come here and say, you fucking liar, there's nothing wrong with my rabbit.
Oh, no. Listen, the rabbit could easily fucking share Trollop and share Katie, but it's an immediate defeat. As soon as she does it, she's defeated, because then her subs know what she's about, what she's up to. It's never going to happen. When this stream ends, I don't care when it ends, but when this stream ends, between me and you right now, as soon as it fucking processes, me and you together got 500 fucking clicks. If I take this same fucking stream and restream it on my other Roman numeral channel and on YouTube Streamer News, as soon as it's done, we got another 1,000, and by the end of the day, we'll have fucking 2,000 clicks on what we just talked about today. They can't do that. And if they try to do it through Penny, it's an immediate defeat.
Well, Penny
knows that.
Look, the fact of it is Penny has been taking money for animals that they already knew needed treatment. The rabbit in that one clip, if you listen to what they say to each other, which I don't know why they're talking about it publicly unless they're grifting, because it's not really something I talk about with somebody. He says, oh yeah, when I took it to the vets, they wanted to see him again. She says, oh, did they? You didn't tell me that. Oh, yeah, it might need x-rays. Oh, yeah, no, that's about £150. Ding, 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 ding. Listen, fuck off. If I was her and I wasn't doing what I'm saying, I would either tell my subs, listen, there's a channel, there's a crazy bitch in Wales. She's hanging around with this loony from Canada. Here's what they're saying. Here's the vet bills. Here's this. Here's the rabbit. Here's my back garden. There are no rabbits stacked fucking 3 high. Whip off the fucking tarpaulin off the car. This ain't a Japanese expensive car. Here's an old Kronk. We haven't got money. We're not hoarders. I would prove her wrong. I would just come straight live.
Well, even a year ago, it's funny because she was labeling Malibu as this fucking one drawing pictures on her kid. And it's fucking funny because I've got screenshots where we've put on OnlyFans community tab. And it's fucking funny because Penny could share out a picture of a bunny's ass and get 1,000 clicks on it and 1,000 fucking thumbs up on it. You know what I'm saying? She can share out a Malibu video saying this woman did this to my kid, blah, blah, blah. And she's lucky if she gets fucking 30 to 40 fucking thumbs up on it. You know why? Because her subs don't care. She don't have that type of audience. We've got that type of audience. She don't. She's fucked. Literally, she's fucked. Katie and Trollop is her only fucking loophole to this whole thing right now. And Trollop's too stupid to see it. And Katie's definitely too stupid to see it. But between the two of them, Penny's ashamed of them. And I don't know why they don't see that. I have no idea.
Yet she's the one that's doing the most dastardly thing of all. Yeah, They're cursing people out and dying of cancer and making fun of fucking domestic abuse, fucking survivors and whatnot. That's bad. But to have suffering, animals that feel pain, this happening now, is still happening.
See, and she has a lot of groups, Penny, in her Telegram. She's got a lot of groups, and she will share these little fuckers in her Telegram, but that's privately. She won't share it publicly.
But if I was her and she's got this big clout and these supporters, I would say, look, these people are saying this. I know some people are aware of it. I would just debunk it. I would debunk it with fact. I would actually show the vet.
Yeah, but that's not but you're not being accused of what she's being accused. She can't debunk it. She's fucked.
No, that's what I'm saying. So she's attacking people for domestic violence and for sexual abuse and other shit, but meanwhile not addressing the actual big fucking pink elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And you listen, if she was above board and she was what she says she is, she would debunk us easily. She would tell her subs, listen, these people are lying. There's my vet bills, Here's letters from my vets. Here's treatment plans from my vets. Here's my rabbit, nice shiny eyes. Here's my back garden. I'm sorry, that'd be the first thing I did. The first thing. But look, instead, she's hanging around with this fucker who's doing this to people. This is who.
And Monty. Monty depicts me with a picture of myself when I was 17 years old as an obese woman. Tracy's hung up on the idea that I'm overweight because Tracy is extremely insecure and jealous of other females. I'm not overweight, not in the least bit, but I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Well,
and that's all.
Like, do a video and prove it. It's like, first off, why does Katie need validation from you?
I don't care. It wouldn't matter if you know what? What does it even matter? And I'm sorry, Tracy. I look way better than you. And I'm a lot thinner than you are. You're fat, Tracy. You're chunky. But you've got that old lady, kind of menopausal chub to you. It happens. We are all getting older. So, whatever.
I mean, I've faced off on Facebook in real life.
People, now listen to the content of the live stream she's in. Take note, she's a moderator in this live stream. Listen to the shit this pair get up to. This is her best mate.
And this bitch won't come on the internet and talk to her? What the fuck?
She likes to hide on her channels and on her live streams and run around with Trollop rules, and they talk to each other in comments. Tracy, this is why everybody makes fun of you. You talk about how bricks are so tough. Well, come face off with me, Tracy, if you're so tough. Show me how tough a brick is.
Tracy.
Oh, that's right.
Tracy,
you're a fucking pussy. You're all tough, yap, and you know fucking walk. You're not afraid of kids. You like to bully them. Why don't you come on here and show me how tough you are? Since you Brits love stalking kids, you and Yaxley, why don't you guys come on here? Why don't you get your whole support system and log the fuck on? I'll take all you all on. I'll take you, Trollop, Yaxley, DeCone, all ya. Come on.
Bear in mind, people, this is 4 a.m. UK time. My stream has finished at 1:30 a.m. This is 4 a.m. UK time. This gets a whole lot worse. Penny's in the chat. Penny is friends with these people. Penny is best friends with the woman who's speaking, and they're attacking all kinds. Me, Glenn, Tiffany, anybody, but not the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drop.
Hit the fucking join link, Tracy. Stop being a fucking coward.
Yeah, just get everybody to come on at once. We'll have a fucking fight club in this bitch.
And even with the 4 of you all together, you won't take me, Tracy, and you know that. You know that. You've been fighting me for 12 years, and I fucking wreck you every time.
Oh, wait, she just said stocking kids. Yeah, well, maybe you could learn how to fucking spell.
What's Darlene? That's not her.
That's Darlene, and Darlene's good people.
Yeah, I think that was, can you see how she got the emoji on there with the screaming face? She's on a smartphone, and that's that damn autocorrect shit. I hate that.
Okay, fair enough.
Tracy's been threatening to kill me for years. She's threatened to kill my children. She's threatened to slit my throat. She's threatened to beat me up. You know what, Tracy? In 12 years, all you've ever done is fucking talk. Come on. Click the link. Come on here. Show me how Brits are so much superior. So more superior than we are. Come on. Come on. Come on. What are you scared of, Tracy? According to you, I'm just a dumb old American. Why don't you come on here and face me, Tracy? Why are you so scared, Tracy? Chicken shit.
Tracy hates
What,
Americans.
you need a posse? You need
Another point is, apart from it's 4 a.m. and I'm snoozing and I only know about this thing because somebody recorded it, there is the little fact of, I've never called anyone a dumb old American. That's not my style. This is Katie trying to be...
There's just as dumb Canadians and just as dumb Brits, you mean? So it doesn't have anything to do with the country?
And she's saying she threatened to cut my kid's throat or my throat. Well, fucking produce it. My streams, I don't know what I say, like what I'm saying out here now, you clown. Get it. But this guy.
bodyguards, Tracy, from little old me. You need bodyguards. Come on, Tracy. And you run away, Tracy. You run the fuck away. That's all you ever do is run from me. And you will keep running from me until the day you finally drown in your own mucus. And we will all celebrate. I will have a celebration when the day comes that you finally drown in your own mucus. And I hope it's painful, Tracy. I can't wait for the COPD to take effect. I really can't. And I don't care if any person in here gets sensitive by that. I don't care if this woman dies. The idea of her dying. And I hope it's fucking grueling, Tracy. I hope it's painful. I hope it's miserable. And I hope you suffer. With women that are...
This is at a time I've been diagnosed with cancer, she's saying this to get some context.
Prettier than you fat, okay? Penny looks better than you. Penny's not fat. You're jealous of every woman because they look better than you, Tracy. You know what, Tracy? You look like the ass end of Hard Times, Tracy. You look like something... I don't know, from Wrong Turn, like People Under the Stairs. You look inbred, Tracy. You look like you have chromosomal problems. There's something really wrong with the way you look. There's nothing attractive about you.
And Tracy,
I've forgotten about that movie.
Yeah.
Your eyes, you even have symmetrical eyes, Tracy. One eye is up higher than the other. You're fucking grotesque. You have more facial hair than most men, Tracy. That's why you hide in filters. And you blur your face and stuff because what, your hormone imbalances, what, you have chest hair too, Tracy? Fucking disgusting. Seriously.
I've got a little bit of chest hair. I mean, come on. I'm just saying.
I think Tracy.
No, I'm serious. Tracy looks like she gave birth to Sloth from Goonies. Ever notice how Tracy's cockeyed? She has a lazy eye, and one eye is higher than the other. Her features aren't symmetrical. She has a really, really ugly face. She looks like she has chromosomal problems. No shit. She talks about everybody else's looks. Tracy, you're fat as fuck. You have lopsided tits. And it wasn't from the cancer either. You had lopsided tits before the cancer. And oh, I'm sorry, I made fun of your boobs and your cancer. I don't care. Fuck you. Yeah, I just can't. This route. Now come on, Tracy. And you run away, Tracy. You run the fuck away. That's all you ever do is run from me. And you will keep running from me until the day you finally drown in your own mucus. And we will all celebrate. I will have a celebration when the day comes that you finally drown in your own mucus. And I hope it's painful, Tracy. I can't wait for the COPD to take effect. I really can't. And I don't care if any person in here gets sensitive by that. I don't care if this woman dies. I celebrate the idea of her dying. And I hope it's fucking grueling, Tracy. I hope it's painful. I hope it's miserable. And I hope you suffer. And I give zero fucks. If people think I'm a monster, oh well, don't care.
Tell us how you really feel. Hey, you got hate in your heart, let it out.
I hate that bitch. I fucking hate her. Seriously. Fucking despise her. I want her to suffer, and I hope everyone around her suffers.
Well, that's the thing. The people around her know what she is, and if they don't,
like I said before about nice people. If they don't see this because they don't want to, or because they support it, right?
Oh, and Tracy, the world's nastiest curse is still too good for you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Tracy? Are you following me? I really hope you suffer.
She's already been cursed.
Oh, you goddamn right she has been, okay? Penny looks better than you. Penny's not fat. You're jealous of every woman because they look better than you, Tracy. You know what, Tracy? You look like the ass end of hard times, Tracy. You look like...
So that is why I have no empathy for that woman. When she initially
why would you?
Why would I? When she initially had a stroke, 3 weeks after that, that is 3 weeks nearly to when she had a stroke after it. She came to my channel publicly. I didn't be horrible to her. I had her on panel and I was kind as fuck to her. I then said people shouldn't attack her because she was not adequately able to fight back. Then she started fighting back. She started to be really vindictive to people. She started to lie about people, and I was sat there and I knew they were lies and I wouldn't go along with it. So now she's attacking me again with Penny. Fucking Penny.
And if anybody's wondering, that is Penny Bunny. The girl you just heard there wishing all this death upon people, that is Penny Bunny's ride or die right there.
And Penny Bunny's in the chat. You could see her in the comments. Penny Bunny's in those comments. So, you know, when you hear me say things like, you rotten fat pair of bastards, and I'm being horrible and I'm calling her ugly and fat, that was not just a one-off stream that she did. They were doing streams like that about me every night, 7 days a week. One of the moderators from that chat is a moderator here, and she'll tell you it was every night. It was relentless, and it went on for about a year. So if you see me being harsh and saying things that you think, oh, fuck, that's not very kind, that'll be who I'm on about, because I'm not a horrible person like that. But fucking hell, man, you got to draw a line somewhere, haven't you? Surely to God. Now she's defending.
No, I always knew that about you. It's funny. I know it more about you now, obviously, but I always knew, as much as a fucking, a hard ass as you are sometimes, honestly, I always knew there's a human person behind you all the time. I always knew that because I could see your compassion with other people that I couldn't even see compassion in. I would think, oh, fuck, what are you saying that nice thing about that person for? But that's just how you are. And the more I know you, the more I realize how compassionate you are to people. You're a people person. There's no doubt about that in my mind. There's not any doubt. I've heard you say all kinds of shit. You've heard me say all kinds of shit. But when something actually does happen, me or you are the first to say, wow, that's horrible. That's sad. I can't believe they went that low. Or, these people don't have that in them. They don't have that fucking consideration for anybody. They don't. They literally don't. Penny does not. Katie does not. Trollop, we don't even know what he is. It's just they don't have that compassion towards anything at all. It could be animals. They don't have the compassion. Kids, they don't have the compassion. It doesn't matter. Nothing's off limits for these people.
Penny was all in that chat. Penny's a moderator in that chat. Penny would go on panel with those people. Penny is now, because I'm calling her out on the rabbit shit, and I'm going to keep going. And if I got to spend another fucking week, that's so be it. I see it as time well spent. Now, because I'm doing that, she's egging Katie and Trollop on to attack me. They're also trying to use Tiffany as a red herring by then going after that. Listen, they're attacking people who were victims of sexual abuse, they say, victims of domestic violence. Meanwhile, Katie hasn't said one thing about her pal making rabbit's eyes bleed. Because I'd call you out, Glenn. If you showed me now in private a rabbit or a dog or a cat or a guinea pig or a gerbil or even a spider with some kind of injury, and you weren't doing nothing about it, that'd be at the end of our palship. I'd be calling you out. The friendship would be down the Duswani, because now I can see something that I'm not going to ignore. I'm telling you, I'd be calling you out. I'd call out anyone on it. Anyone. You show me something that ain't right to do with animals. Now, I'll call you out on other things, but it'll be a lot more passionately. I think she's absolutely. I'm not just sitting here talking about it. Yeah, I am talking about it, but I'm actually taking action. Don't think I'm not taking action and I'm just sitting here making streams for the fun of it. I'm making streams because I have a crack with people and they spread the information. But I am actually trying to do things about Penny. And I will continue to.
Well, the rabbit has no idea. She thinks she's got a couple of enemies. She's got a lot more than a couple of enemies. She's got enemies that, let's face it, me and you don't even know who it is sometimes that are sending us clips. We don't know who the fuck's sending us clips, but we know the clips are coming. That's what we do know. So that's the funny shit, that some of this shit you think she thinks we've been sitting on. No, it's just coming through. So clearly she's done shit over the last 4 years that has caught other people's attention enough to fucking screen record it and put it away. And now that there's the right type of people that are pushing this, they figure, wow, this is my chance. And they're fucking anonymously sending us shit that we're like, holy fuck.
What happens is, you see, over the years, multiple people have called Penny out. But what's happened is they've then found themselves being labelled as paedophiles. They found that their Facebooks are being contacted. They find that they've got these random channels just coming and attacking them because Penny's fucking shit stirring. And they back down. A lot of people, they think, fuck this, or they get a message saying, I know where you work. So they come out the game. Whereas me and Glenn have now stepped in and we don't give a flying fuck what they threaten us with. This train won't stop, it's keeping going, and we don't care what they throw at us. We'll just roll over it, keep going. You won't stop us. But there have been other people who have tried to call this out and they've come unstuck because they've gone to their work. Penny and Katie hang with another person whose favourite thing is to contact people's work and to direct them to some chopped up bit of audio to make them look shady or to fill them with some shit. They'll actually go real life. They take your job. If you're using the internet to argue with them, they even go to your landlord and say, your tenant is using the internet to do this, this, this. I see you as responsible. I kid you not. These are a rotten, fucking, filthy bunch. But that's all right, because me and Glenn don't mind getting dirty.
It's the same with me. I pay my own fucking internet. I own my own fucking condo. My business is in my wife's name. 90% of 80% of the people that I actually go to work for, they don't even know my name. They know the company. Okay. My company name, they'll never figure out my company name. That's a fact. They will never, ever in a million years figure out my company name. And there's nothing they can do. And I can pass a criminal record check. Trollop, where's your criminal record check? Where's yours? You like pointing other people's criminal records. Where's yours? Where's yours? What are you hiding from? How come you decide to be somebody's name on the internet?
Well, you can
because all the accounts I have, I've always been Glenn. You notice that? You ever notice that? Every account, it might take me a while to get there, but do I not claim it in the end? All the accounts that I've been Glenn this whole time.
Listen, so what's happened is Penny has come across people like me and Glenn before, but they've backed down. This time, we won't stop. So now she's weaponizing her pal Katie, who you can hear what Katie's all about. She's filthy and foul. She'll wear you down just by driving you around the bend. And another one who just makes videos. For instance, I was ill in the company of a man. And the woman then said the man had history of raping women while they were drugged. They are now saying because I was ill in front of that man that he drugged and raped me. The fact of it is I've had that same illness several times in the past 3 years. And that man wasn't always about me. He was only about me on one of the instances. This is how bad they are. This is how dirty they are. Argue with me about my content. Tell me no, my rabbits ain't suffering. Tell me no, I pay my vet bills. Fucking counter me.
There's two funny things about that should just raise total fucking awareness to your bullshit radar should be going off. One is Katie going to Tracy, privately saying, well, I'm worried about you. That's fucking hysterical. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You're not worried about nobody. You ain't even worried about your own kid, you fat fucking cunt. And second of all, well, I'm worried that you actually could be blackmailing you. Yeah, like that could happen. First things first, Tracy's go back to a fucking hotel room with him and rip his fucking balls off and skin him, for fuck's sakes. Like, there ain't nobody out there gonna blackmail Tracy. It's not gonna happen. She's never gonna be a hostage. It's just not gonna happen.
And even if, let's say, that there was a video of me in a compromising position, be it conscious or otherwise, I would be, oh my God, fuck, this is bad, this is embarrassing. But I wouldn't be ashamed because I haven't got a bad old bod on me. So it would, it would be brutal, but it wouldn't reflect on me. That doesn't reflect on me. It reflects on you using it. It would reflect on you. So you actually would never have been able to blackmail me because I put my own shit out there before I let anyone else put it out. I just beat them to the mark. You see, all right then, right, that's it.
Well, just the things that they say, like about, like you actually was going to go to America, a strange country that he's not from. He would automatically be a foreigner entering there, a country full of fucking guns, with equipped with fucking pills to do weird shit to women. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And then to top it all off, okay, so he actually went to a hotel with you, and somehow he's got all these fucking videos that he couldn't play them anyway. He could never blackmail you with something that was illegal from the get-go.
Yes, I'd be able to do him.
So how the fuck could he be blackmailing like that? Do you know how ridiculous Katie sounds? She should actually sit back and listen to herself, but she has no fucking brain. So she admits it. She's brain dead.
She's not sentient. I don't think she's ever rewound a live stream. When me and you, Jane, were on my live stream the first time we ever spoke, I went back and listened to the stream to gauge how we were all sounding, what was coming over. I actually listened to it back. And sometimes if I've gone on a bit of a mad one and gone on a bit of a calling names one, I'll go back and listen. And sometimes I think, oh shit, maybe not. But I leave it up, and that's it. That's what I said at that time. I don't play two-faced. How I'm speaking to people here is how I speak offline. Not all of it, of course. But, I'm not putting on an act. I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not. Penny is clearly pretending. She's pretending, number one, to care about animals. She don't give a fuck. Number two, she's pretending she's a non-drama, poor victim of people who are jealous of her. What the fuck have she got that I would need to be jealous of? Nothing.
She's famous.
She got fat
She's
fingers.
a famous YouTuber.
Just those slippers alone tell me I'd never want to walk in her shoes, and if I did, I wouldn't be walking.
Walk in her shoes, you'd have to put a fucking chimney brick in the back of them.
Listen,
fucking walk in them shoes, them are fucking flippers, man.
Did you see where they both put one of their feet in and they had like a shoe off, and they were both grubby looking? Their knees, something I'd be showing off. Jesus. Noticed though, she showed her nails this week. I think she's very affected by the fat fingers in the video.
Well, those nails were on her members only. You only get that if you're a member to see those.
She's trying to convince her members, look, I've got delicate little hands. You can take I can take a still shot and I can make my hands look like 20-year-olds if I fucking really put a bit of effort in.
Well, that's why she was live yesterday. Now I missed it, but somebody, they what do you call it? They fucking told me what was going on yesterday in her stream. She's saying her Telegram is down now. Her Telegram ain't down. She knows that I have people in those Telegram groups, and she refused to talk in those groups until she finds this fucking mole. So she's now moved all of her fucking groups over to fucking Facebook because she's just fucking pathetic, dude. She knows she can't kick all the members. What's she gonna do? I got more than one member in there. She knows she can't kick all the members. That's gonna affect her pocket. Second of all, she's trying to make all these private groups on Telegram where she's pulling the most trusted mods, but yet how it's still leaking back to us and she can't figure out who it is. So they're all paying subscribers, so she can't fucking kick them all because it's going to hurt her pocket. Yeah. All she can do is go to Facebook.
Look, if Penny, as I said again, if I went at, let's say, another channel, a proper animal rescuing channel, if I went at them and started making the accusations that I'm making, because I'll also go as far as to say I believe there may be an intentional causing harm to the rabbits to make them look pitiful and sad, maybe neglect, maybe starving them, maybe leaving their eyes get overly infected, I don't know. If I said this, I know that channel would immediately go out and say, you're full of shit. Use my vet bills. Use the rabbit. Use my backyard. Show me the rabbit stacked high and low. Use under the tarpaulin. There ain't no fucking Japanese car worth a bob. There's only that. I would debunk it. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't she? She's trying to keep her channel going, so nothing.
And the craziest shit too, another thing that just drives me crazy, because it's funny, because you could say this and that about me and Katie and all of us, okay, because I'm in a different country than you. So yeah, when we're fighting, you could just say, yeah, Glenn, you're a fucking keyboard warrior, and I'd have to give it to you. I'm in another country. Katie, yeah, she's a keyboard warrior. She's in another country. But Yaxley, you could never have called him that, like, because he came to meet you. You went to meet him. Like, it's a total different thing. Like, for you and Yaxley, like, if there was really actually a beef, and me knowing you now and knowing how fucking crazy you are anyway, man, you could fucking, people, you could make shit happen. Like, that's the craziest shit. That's how I know Yaxley could never put you in a position that you didn't want to be in. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible.
So far, I'm going. There's a lot of animal rights kind of people out there. There are the animal rights that have websites and they show you videos and they do save little critters or animal hospitals. They're those kinds. Then you've got the anti-something. Now, there's anti-fox hunts and there's anti-trophy hunting. But there's also a thing called the cruelty files. Now, if you look at the cruelty files, just searching on Google, the cruelty files, that is a catalogue of all abuse that they can get their hands of in Britain. It goes and finds the people's Facebook. It's an exposure. I am at the point where I am very close, and I know the person who runs the site, to saying, listen, can you do me a favor? I'm worried that she's getting rabbits from other sanctuaries or free to a good home. Can you expose this fucker? There's also liberate or die could be used on her. Those are last resorts. But I'm not going to stop until I know somebody has looked in to how those animals are being treated, the welfare, whether she's doing it right, whether they're getting what they need. That's when. But while she's keeping going and all, I'm going to just keep going. It'll get personal then.
I ain't fucking stopping. I know that much. She can do whatever she wants.
She called the police to me, and the police got hold of me. I sent them links and clips and recordings of her comments leading back to her channel. They went back to her and they said, don't try and use us in your troll games. It's the one, half a dozen of the other. The next time either one of you call, well, I had never called them, she called them on me, but the next time either one of you call, we're arresting the pair of you. So there we go. So Penny, I'm happy for you to report me. If you're saying what I'm saying is untrue, report me to the police. They will arrest me. And then they will take the relevant action because I will be slandering you. If this is lies, I'm calling you out. You are mistreating those animals either by neglect or with intent to grift money. I've said it again. I can't make it no fucking clearer for you. I'm not threatening you as a person. I'm not threatening your home. I'm not threatening your family. I am threatening to expose you for what I see as, and I'm not threatening because I'm actually fucking doing it, for what I see, an abuse of animals who cannot speak up for themselves. I do also feel a bit sorry for the silly, misguided people giving you money, but, you know, I can't do nothing about that.
Yep. Well, it's a good job I loaded my fucking gear up before I started this live stream with you, because I'm already fucking running 50 minutes late already. But either way, it was...
Yes, it's been great. So I've hit for Forest. We've got to wait for that, and hopefully we'll be up with Forest soon.
I hope that we are. I hope when you say we, it is we as in me too. But if not, don't fucking wait for me. Jump it anyway, and I will promote the fuck out of that whenever it is I get home. I might be 5 hours late to get home, but when I do, I'll be restreaming. Believe me.
If I can make a mutual time good for us all, I will, if that's good with him. But if it's a now or never moment, I will hit that stream.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, and like I said, I think Forrest already knows this anyway, but like I said, to make sure you tell him I don't have no beef. Nobody on my channel has no beef, and he's welcome to come around any time with comments or links or whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
You'll probably end up a moderator with Glenn.
No, I already told him he can have it. I want him to be able to see, even if he's not in there publicly, I want him to be able to see deleted comments, anything deleted. So he's automatically got a mod. As soon as he just got to show up. That's it. He's got a mod.
There we go. Right, guys. Cheers for being Glenn's off to work.
All right, guys.
I got to do. We will see you the next time. Cheers.
Have a good one. Thanks, Tracy.
Nice one, Glenn. See you after your work. See you. Bye.
Yeah, later.